Hello and welcome. The build continues with this massive thing just here. Now, we've got plenty to get on with. We are up to bag number 7 after yesterday, but after yesterday's build did include the finishing of the display, which looks very, very good. There will be a little review video following this live stream later on. So if you're intrigued with what that looks like, keep your eyes peeled for later. Now, there will be polls running throughout the evening, or in the evening, sorry, this afternoon, should I say. We're starting earlier, with regards to all the bits and pieces. Now, obviously, as per normal, what we're going to be doing is I've got the Lego website up and running in the background. So if there is anything that you guys and girls are building today, then obviously let me know. If you've liked the video so far already, thank you very much indeed. I will quickly go over all of the amazing detail on this set before we tuck in. So this is just the first couple of bags on this. I said yesterday, it very much reminds me of the Winter Chalet. So when I did the Winter Chalet stream, and actually it was just packed full of detail. This is going to be very, very similar. Now, the build itself starts off with all of the smaller builds. So you've got all of this little thing, for example, and then you've got this little thing, and then you have got this little thing as well. So all of these aren't even included within the main sort of circle or length. And then what I will do is I'll get the building instructions up on the screen so you guys and girls can follow along. Have another tab open in the background for the Lego website. If anybody's come across any offers or anything today, then of course let us know what offers it is you've come across, and then we'll get them up on the Lego website as well. So there we go. That is the introduction done. And Shibo, good afternoon to you, sir. Good afternoon, Ultra Bricks as well. Hopefully both of you are good, and anybody else that is lurking in the background, hopefully you are okay as well. So let's just double check to make sure that this is working, which I think it is. So that is okay. So let's get the instructions ready for let's get the instructions ready for the build. Where are we? We are 71861. It's a good start. 71861. 71. The old town. Now, hopefully it should just carry. There we go. I wonder if they've updated it where it's got the missing booklet. No. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll get this. Just download it just like so. And then we should be on bag number 7 once it loads. There we go. And we're away. So that is absolutely perfect. So it remembers where you actually stopped off, and then you just crack on and keep going. So that's easy enough. So bag number 7 of whatever bit we're doing. We'll be on here for a good few hours, and then what I am thinking of doing is just an hour live stream later on, just figuring out basically who's got what where. So if we've got time, we'll do that. If not, we'll cover that tomorrow maybe, or later on in the week, because I want to familiarize myself with, obviously this is a bit more UK based than it is over in the States, but who else has got the sets? Because we know Smith's has got a load, we know John Lewis has got a load, we know all of them, but it's just seeing who's got what. So I need to know from people what you picked up. I'll wait for, I think it's Brickford yesterday, wasn't it? Sean is still on the toilet. Absolutely destroyed his U-bend after yesterday's debacle with his food. Did you go in for seconds? So obviously this is got a ton of minifigures, just like the display. In the display sort of mini quick show and tell review thing that I've done, I've added in all the BAM figures as well. So you've got 8 minifigures for that display, because of course you've got the original team, Wu, Samurai, and then the Elemental Master, the new one. And then you've obviously got all 7 BAM figures. So if you're interested in the Ninjago characters, there is a, like I said, after this upload, but this is the next character. This is the next figure. All of these minifigures on this, again, full print on all of the legs. And this is now the 3rd variation of this character I built in 2 days. And every single one of them is completely different outfit, completely different color, completely different everything. So there we go. So that's not too bad at all. Now let's get this back up on and right. I've sorted out the wobble on the table a little bit easier as well. I figured out what it was. One of the legs wasn't actually touching the floor. That was a little bit annoying. So hopefully we got that one nailed. So you can see that it just seems to be that you are building this in like bite-sized chunks, and I'm assuming it's all going to come together as you go, and you don't sort of pin it later. Does that make sense? So yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be the case. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, because like I said, that one was kicking in quite a lot, and I did re-look on the box and I was like, oh no, it does look completely straight on the box. So we will see what hidden surprises there are. And of course, we do need a poll up and running in the next sort of 5 minutes or so, and then we can get a true account of what that is voting for, because obviously if I leave the poll up for an hour or two, we end up getting sort of 40-50 votes on a lot of the stuff, rather than sort of the 5-10 minute games that we're doing, because it's just sort of higgledy-piggledy when we do that kind of thing. But we are on step 180, and yeah, let us know again what it is you are building. Let us know what it is you've managed to do this weekend. Hopefully coping all right with the snow and all the other little bits and pieces that are happening. I am attached. Okay. So yeah, this is what you can see. It's got a real big, sharp cutting. Interesting. That one goes around that way. It's definitely colder in here today. I have made a schoolboy error. I've got layers on, but it's 8 degrees up here at the moment. So I'm hoping I might end up having to put my hood on. Yes, well, we need one for Shibo. So we'll do Shibo's first Ultra Bricks, and then we need a poll idea. But we need to vote on I think it's Brickford's backhaul as well, but Brickford's not here at the moment. So we'll start off with Shibo. So let's do this. We'll do a quick poll just for the first little bit. If you had these sets, what would you build first? So Shibo, on Shibo's list, we have got. Oh, I can only put in 4 of the 5. I know what I do. Hang on. Right, things are, if I put the Shire and Barrador in the same bit, everybody's just going to vote for that. We're going to have to lose one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, 4. We are going to have to lose one. Let me know which one you want to lose, Shibo, because I can only put 4 in. And Sean is still full. Is still full after the extravaganza of his food intake yesterday. Did you eat any more of it this morning, or did you just look at it and then just think, no, I can't possibly stomach any more? Right. Ooh. Green coming in. Yeah, you can just see how the designer's definitely done. Oh, he's definitely had fun with this. Definitely had fun with it. You can just see how it's all layered and everything at the front of this. It's very, very, very clever. Yeah, loads of details. I'll show you off as we get sort of through each bag. Is the best way of doing it. Orient Express is out the windows. The train has gone, so the length has gone. Yes, Ultra Bricks, get your idea in for the poll, and then we got a need to help a couple of people with their sets. So shopping street, Shire, eyeball, Batman, artwork. Right, get your votes in, because we've got to help Shibo with his sets of what would you build first if you were in Shibo's shoes. So we've got a couple of these that we need to do, and then we got a big poll. By the sounds of it, Ultra Bricks is going to come up with another corking idea like yesterday, which will be good. And then we can start putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Right, you've got, yeah, what are we on? Step 186 is what we're on. So I wonder how many steps there are in total. Because we were 1,000 plus for the slice behind me, weren't we? So I just wonder, because there's not many pieces going on per step. So I wonder if we're going to get quite a lot of steps in this one. I wonder. I know what I have done. Literally just put that in the wrong place. There we go. Fixed it. Yeah, so we've got a couple of backlogs coming in for people, and they need to know what it is they're going to be doing first. So yeah, Shopping Street, Shire, Eyeball, Batman artwork. Yeah, I guess for you though, Shibo, it just depends on what area of your display you want to carry on with. It depends on what you've already got the most in there. Of course, you can vote. Why don't you vote and let us know what you're voting for? Because at the moment it's 50% for the Shopping Street, the Shire, and the Eyeball. So there we go. If only John was in the if only John was here. The worst modular in history for him is beating the thing that always wins in his eyes, which is Lord of the Rings. We need to take a screenshot of this and send it to him. So here, let's get your orders in. Sean says, if I had those, I'll go Shire, Shopping Street, Artwork, Baron Door. Yeah, because Shire is the worst out of those. The Shire is the worst. Not as it's not a bad build, but I would definitely I'd do the Shire before Baron Door. So I think you're going to be you won't be disappointed then, because you're spoiled. So it doesn't really matter. All goes there. There we go. So I'm trying to send all sorts of stuff in the background. I know the poor Shire. Absolutely dumped on, wasn't it? Well, it's not its fault. It came in at a slightly cheaper price point, and clearly it hasn't worked out well for them, because if it's on the retiring list first, it's the cheaper one though, so it's worth the price, obviously. Well, to a point, but it hasn't got that massive wow factor that the other ones do. But then at the same time, it serves a purpose, doesn't it? It serves a purpose. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know how they could have designed it even better to put up there, but it just basically stood no chance with the price, the brick count, everything. It's not really a fair battle or comparison, is it? So, but if it came out first, then potentially I don't know if it would have. They did the right thing doing Rivendell when they did, but maybe they then should have done the Shire and then done the Eyeball. But if they've gone the way they've done it, and then Minister Earth is just going to come around and smash everybody in the face, though you'll soon forget about the Shire, and then everybody will just get on with it, won't they? So, it's always a fruity. What is going on with this? A fruity thing. Right, that's there. That's that bit. That's that bit. Why is that? I'm beyond lost now. When did that? I missed a step. Yes, I have missed a step. There we go. So I say that just does not look right. How I can even figure out how that went together. It's because I need to build two of the flipping things, wasn't it? Not just the one. But I do think the shopping street is good. So what is people voting for? High hopes for Earth or Turth or whatever it is. I have no idea what the giveaway will be. Apparently, Jay reckons it might be a minifigure that needs to go with the Foul Beast Dragon, but I couldn't tell you who it will be. But at the moment, 7 votes in, Shopping Street, Shire, Eyeball, and Batman Artwork. They're all getting close together. So this might be a poll, Sheba. That's not going to help you too much, because I think everybody's just going to be. Well, there's clearly a lot more people now think the shopping street's a lot better after seeing it in person. And I think a lot of other people will come round to it eventually because of just how it did look on the photos. It's just bad photos again, I think. So yeah, the shopping street does look very, very, very good. I will, like I said yesterday, try and get the shopping street and the pub to work in this display. It'll be going to my left hand side. Will be where that will be going. But yeah, it's just needing to get I'm just going to be stubborn and get all of the Ninjago stuff first, because of course there's the next Ninjago set I'll be getting is in March. So I don't know if in February, do I backtrack some of the, I say backtrack, just go to Smith's in the sale and pick up 1 or 2 of the dragons and just build them in February and then build the next new one for this in March, rather than just being all over the place and getting all these sorts of different stuff. So I do not know. But I'll soon figure it out and plod on and get on with it. But because potentially I might need another bigger build, because yeah, it depends on how quickly I get these done. If I get these done by sort of mid-January, then I've got like a window for a bigger build. Then I would get a bigger set, build that through part of February, and then when the new set comes out, just get that ordered and go from there. But again, it does depend if they're going to release 1 or 2, because it's not helpful not knowing what these sets are. But this really is absolutely smack. Mark, good afternoon to you. How are we? Hopefully you are okay. Yeah, this really is packed of a ton of detail. Yeah, which I think that might ring a bell. But yeah, I don't know what giveaway it will be. Shopping Street in the Shire at the moment first. So people are voting very sensibly. They're leaving the better ones till later on. So yeah, because I would do the Shopping Street at the Shire first. And to be honest, the Batman, if you wanted to mix it up, you either do Lord of the Rings, Shopping Street, Eyeball, Batman, or you do Shire, Shopping Street, Lord of the Rings, Batman. You do it alternating, don't you? So you either do Lord of the Rings second and fourth, or first and third. Just to split it up. Or of course you do both Lord of the Rings sets together and then obviously back to back. Depending on if you're got room for them for your massive castle display. But the question is, Shibo, what did you vote for? Because obviously you put your own vote in. So what did you go for? I'm assuming you would have gone for the shopping street, because you've got all the other modulars and that's what you went down for first. So if for my order, if you want to do the shopping street first, Shopping Street, Shire, Artwork, Eyeball. And that is just a good mix of stuff. I would say. But then, of course, because we've seen potentially, again, it's all rumors, but there's obviously images floating around. I don't know how these images are coming about as often as they are. I thought they would have packed that in by 2026. So how these are coming out as easily as they are, no idea at all. But if they're going to be doing multiple Lord of the Rings sets this year, you have got the option, because with Disney, what they've done in the past is that the giveaway has been exclusive to Disney sets over a certain price point, not necessarily just the one big set that comes out on that day. So if, for example, it says, oh, you've got to spend £180 on Lord of the Rings to get the giveaway, you could get the giveaway with all of the smaller sets and then wait until the bigger set goes into double points later on and then maximize it that way. The only problem is it might sting you is if they turn around and say, like they did with the Crew House, it's exclusive to Minister Earth. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's worded, because when they've done exclusive set giveaways before, but it's been mixed in with other product releases of that time, they just said of Lord of the Rings, or sorry, with with Disney, and that was the cinema, the little cine room thing with the little exclusive minifigure. So it was at the time, I think, the new Disney Castle came out. It just wasn't exclusive to that. So if they do a giveaway that's exclusive just to Lord of the Rings, it might change people's building or buying technique with regards to what's going to be done for the year coming up. And I'm hoping they're going to have a lot of the giveaways and they're going to learn from the mistake of the dragon. They won't, because they don't care, do they? But I mean, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I've never seen it. I have no idea what you lot are talking about. I will get there. We are blaming Jay for this, by the way. I know he's not here to defend himself, but he's taken nearly 3 years to actually show me the films, because we sit down and just talk about toys for so long. By the time you put the film on, I've actually got to go. So, but we'll blame Jay. We will blame him. He's not here to defend himself, so why not? That's another bag nearly done and down, which is good. Ooh. He says as he misses a piece. There we go. Get on. Well, that's concerning. I've got a Technic piece in my hand here, and I don't think I should have it. Where does this Technic piece go? Anybody see it? Have I put a 3 in the wrong place? Oh, what an absolute bad way to start the stream. I was flying through it yesterday, and here I am, plodding along, just because my face is cold. And still going on. Oh, it's there, is it? Deeps within the depths. Where is that bit? That's going to be problematic, I think. I can't quite figure out what that bit is. Not gone well. Not gone well. So that is that bit. And I'm assuming, oh, hang on, if I just take the base off, I'm assuming there should be a second one of these for the pin to go in. Oh, it's not gone well. Not started well. Is this actually the right plate? Yes, double deep, just there. Fixed it, done it. We've done a thing. We've done a thing. Oh, check that out. There you go. Oh, you'd never know. You would never, ever, ever know. Brookford, how are we? Ah, what? Well, Brookford, we've got to do your poll as well, because we're at the moment, Shibo's poll is fighting for its life. And then we've got to do your poll for what you're going to be building. And then we've got a new poll idea for the rest of the stream. So get your sets in the chat of what it is you want them to vote for first. At the moment, Shopping Street in the Shire is drawing, which is no good for Shibo whatsoever. But everybody's been saying that that's probably the first two to start on. Everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. Hopefully, yeah, new film will be out. I know, guarantee. I'm never gonna watch. I might as well just see if I can actually download it from somewhere. Another option needed. Do you think if I added a nice black fluffy cape to the Death Star Eater minifigure from Hagrid and Harry Potter Drivers, it can pass from a Black Raiders from Lord of the Rings? You guys can have to discuss about that. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. I have to Google it in a little bit. But no, I have no idea what you're going on about. My knowledge is not there. So what was the reasoning behind the no-show? It's a bit harsh. We don't like a no-show. As long as you get them, I suppose that's the most important thing, isn't it? But I suppose you don't really mind too much as long as you get them, and then you'll be okay. Because yeah, it's not the. It's a bit panic stations when you're sort of waiting for those things to come through, and you're wondering what's going on with what and why and everything else. And I've got another piece in my hand that I definitely need to put on as well, but I'm just trying to figure out where that is. There it is. Got it. So the bit I've just missed is that bit just there. And there's that much detail. I couldn't even tell that bit isn't even on. That's on. That's that bag done. Congratulations to myself for doing a 5-year-old set. You know, there's skills to the game. I understand that. There's levels. Bag number 8. Bag number 8. Brick together. How are we? Good afternoon or morning to you. Release date. I got the 15th anniversary Ninjago and BAM. So I managed to pick up the 3 15th anniversary sets, which, to be fair, are very, very good indeed. So like this thing is nuts. If you just want a load of characters, really good value. Obviously it comes with 7. So this is a really nice, simple build. And then that thing is really good. And then the blacksmith and obviously the BAM. So the BAM's obviously at the moment still exclusive to the store. It's not come in yet, but there was rumors, like I said to you before, that there was rumors of it coming on the actual website. So you might be able to pick it up. But did you get anything, Brickford? Oh, sorry, Brick Together. Did you pick yourself anything up? Yeah, that's it. I managed to get it in store. Managed to get it in store. So it was really, really easy. So I went to a store on day 1, but it wasn't day 1 of all the other stores because the shopping centre was shut on New Year's Day. So they opened up on the 2nd. So went down on the 2nd. There was a big queue. I was the first one to get the BAM, first one to get the Ninjago stuff. Everybody just went absolutely balmy for whatever reason for the Creel House. So I don't know. Brookford said, got an email being shipped, DPD confirmed delivery tomorrow. That's all right. So at least they're on the way. Your Creel House is on its way, which is good. I know everybody that's done pre-orders was expecting their pre-orders yesterday and today. So hopefully they'll be coming in thick and fast now. We picked up the Creel House. Happy days. New hospital ring. Yeah, that was selling. The hospital ring, to be fair, that was selling quite well. The Ventnor, happy. Is it what I think you picked up? Hang on. Which one did you pick up? The big one or the small one? Which bit of cheese did you pick up? The long length brick together or the short length? Because I've recognised that name, but I always call it the cheese, not by its actual correct name. But yeah, the Ninjago stuff, it's selling quick. So yeah, it's doing good. But no, this thing is, I've got to show this bit off actually. I've just finished this bag. It's packed full of detail. I try and get just to the start of the next bag. Doesn't help when you miss pieces using this because you've got to go all the way back and find it. Nearly there. Nearly there. That's the roof. That's the spin. Right. That's where we're getting to then. Right. So I've got to connect these two pieces together by the looks of it. So what's going on with this? It's not gone well. There we go. Couldn't see for looking. Could not see for looking. So it's got a bit of a kick though. It has got a bit of a kick, this. So I'm really hoping this is actually going to straighten off, but you can see just how much this is curving. So, but the detail, I'll take it back apart, but the detail, that's the first bit. So again, this is one of the more detailed builds I've done in a while, apart from the Winter Chalet. That Winter Chalet was amazing. But yeah, this is the bit that's just been done from the other bag. So you can see all the different building techniques, all the layering and all that kind of stuff they've done. They always spoil with the Ninjago stuff. They always do. It's not very deep though, as you can see. So it's not going to take up, well, it's going to take up a lot of space, but in a straight line, it's 4 base plates of length, but it's not going to take up a huge amount of depth. Obviously, if you have it as a circle, then it is going to take up a fair bit. The smaller one, yeah, that looks really nice. That smaller set. I've got that. When I typed it in, I was like, oh yeah, there's 2 of them, isn't there? So let's have a look. See, so that is this one here. So yeah, this is on back order in the UK. A lot of the bits and pieces that have sort of gone worldwide, like the Lightning McQueen, DeLorean, the Ninjago, obviously the Ninjago smaller sets, they're all really, really difficult to get hold of at the moment. This I actually saw in store. I was very, very impressed with this. I thought this looked very, very smart. And I'm hoping that they're not stickers, because on the UCS one they are, and people were really not happy with it. So I hope, even if they are stickers, they've got it as the more correct color, because I remember hearing people kicking off that, you know, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, so I wouldn't pick up on all that sort of. But yeah, they weren't too impressed, shall we say, that it was the wrong color print for the sticker or some nonsense like that. But this is getting bigger, and I do not know how this is going to go as a straight line. If I tell you what, I would be pissed if I get to the end of this booklet and they go, oh yeah, you got to build it a different way for it to be as a straight line. So I have to have this as a straight line. I'm not doing this as a circle. And you can see you've got the Technic pins, and I'm hoping that it will be okay. Otherwise, I am going to be screwed. So Brickford said Iron Man 76344 cherry block. So I'll get that in the poll for you in a second, and so they can vote for your what to build first. Let's go back through. Got Calax in the living room, Lego and Flabilis. Nice. Well, yeah, you can get all sorts of different bits and pieces. There is the minifigure thing from Smith's that we were looking at the other day. That's very, very good. Let me go back up. Hang on. Right, Sheba says, "Oh, another option needed." Oh yeah, you're asking about. I can't help with that. So you guys and girls are going to have to help Sheba with that one. Yeah, got an email ship from DBD. So Brick Together picked up the Crew House, and obviously I'm assuming you got the giveaway. Brick Together, fingers crossed, with the Hospital Wing Hogwarts Castle. That's a really good haul. Don't have. Well, I wouldn't want to have a big one, so I could do Iron Man. Nice. Right, Sean of Black Sheep. I'm toying the idea of changing up the display storage from Calax units to Billy cases with the doors. Yo, don't forget with the Kallax, you can get the clear door on it as well. It just depends on if you've taken the insert out of the Kallax, so it's not individual cubes. So that's what I've done with the winter display. So the winter display, it's the bit in the middle which isn't supporting has come out. So, but you could give it a go because the Billy. The only thing is the Billy bookcases are really cheap, but the doors make it very expensive. But give it a go because it depends if you've got the height because the Billies are really tall as well, aren't they? But yeah, like Brit Together says, the glass is good for keeping the dust down, which helps. Kallax in the living room full of Billies for Brickford. Yeah, I'm thinking also you get the option of changing up the shelves. Yeah, that's very true. You've got the pins that you can chop and change. We've got 5x2 heavy duty shelf and added some more sets. I'm happy days. Oh, that's right. As long as you're getting all the giveaways with your order. One weird thing, though, Brick Together, is if you manage to get the Creel House in store, they gave you the giveaway for the modular. Whereas on the website, as we know, it was excluded. So I thought that was a little bit weird and wonderful and different. Right, we're just going to, before I carry on with the next bag, has Shibo... Right, Shibo, there we go. We're going to stop it there because there's a clear winner at the moment. So we can all tell John that the shopping street is better than Lord of the Rings. He's not going to believe anybody. But that's the order you're going to do it in. Shopping Street, Shire, Eyeball, Batman. There you go. So that is what you... Oh, I was saying that the Shopping Street giveaway, if you went in store, was included with the Creel House, whereas excluded on the Lego website. So, yeah. Yes, we were speaking about that before. That the big head does look rather smart. So I think there's going to be a fair few people rather excited about that because I think there's quite a few people that like Lord of the Rings within this, and I haven't really got too much of a Scooby-Doo what's going on. But for Brickford, let's get. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you had these. Right, so Brickford needs your help with regards to what is going to be built first, which is the Iron Man. 6, 3, 4, 4. Then you've got it's that Blossom art everywhere it's gone, isn't it? Just apart from the States, it's gone worldwide. Apart from the States, America doesn't seem to care too much about the artwork bits and pieces. Create a ship is 31109, and then Speed Champ. What Speed Champion car is it? What one is it? 76924. Have a look. 76924. Let's have a look. See 76924. What is that number? 76924. It's the AMG. I'll just type in AMG. Right. If you had these sets, what would you build first? So Brickford needs some help. Pumpkin wants to come up. Oh, good. Come on. Hey, come on. Come on. Oh, she's just sat at the bottom of the loft ladders like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Oh, enjoy your for an adventure. Oh, that's scary, which means it's going to rain or snow. He's obviously off to collect his set. Keep it up to date, Sean, how you get on. Hopefully your stomach's all right. Right, let's get this back up and on, and we will catch up with a second. Right. Yeah, the new Cherry Blossom looks fantastic. It does look very, very good. But yeah, get your votes in, get them in, because it's just 4. And then we need to know what the actual poll is of the day, because I'm still waiting for Ultra Bricks to let us know what's going on. Ultrabrick says the Shy giveaway was very surprising, so I'm hoping for something similarly and unexpected. Be good to get some orcs or other bad guys in the giveaway. So yeah, have to wait and see what happens with all of those. But yeah, we will carry on with this. And yeah, so it's very, 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 very detailed, this thing. Very, very detailed indeed. It's just, if you do one thing wrong, then you know it will come back to bite you in the backside later. Oh, here she comes. Come on, you. Finally, what are you talking about? Come on then. I've got your box here and everything. Look. Come on. Yes, thank you. She's very, very, very spoiled with this one. Very, very, very spoiled. Aren't you? You come and say hello? You're just going to sit in your box. Polling coming. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Yeah, so we'll help out everybody in need first because they don't know what to build first because you've all bought far too much stuff. I'll let Pumpkin settle down. There she goes. Right, now I carry on. And yeah, we'll plod on. So with regards to people's deliveries, who went to where? Did you go to the store? Did you get things ordered? Have you got a shipping notification that it is on its way? Because I haven't heard any horror stories yet of people not getting their giveaway, because the giveaway for the Creel House was available until 11 a.m. in the UK, and then it disappeared. When like I said, I went to store on the 2nd, and they had 60 giveaways, which sold out in an hour and 10 minutes. So everybody just queued up and they just got it. Obviously, other people were buying other little bits and pieces, but I had the opportunity to get the Creel House with the giveaway, but like I said, I'm focusing on all Ninjago based stuff first. And I've got the upside down house. I don't really care too much about the giveaway, and the minifigures I've already got in the upside down house for those two. So for me, it didn't need to be day one, so everybody else can just enjoy it. And I will probably get the Creel House in a sale, because it's going to be in a big sale elsewhere, because it's coming to Smiths and other places. So you have got the opportunity of getting it cheaper later on, or getting it on double points. So I'm talking years down the line. I'm not going to pick that up. It's something I'm not going to get straight away. But then at the same time, I don't know what shelf life the Creel House is going to have, because it's obviously the season finale, and they haven't done anything Lego related for any of the other sets that they could have done. So I don't know what it is that they are going to be doing. So I don't know what else it is. Sorry, that they're going to be doing, which isn't very helpful at all. The other thing that's not very helpful is I put the sticker sheet behind you lot, and I can't reach. There it is. There's 3 sticker sheets on this, and there's tons of them. Tons and tons and tons. Right, so as you can see, we're doing sticker number 10. So far we put on sticker number 54, 42, 43, 44, 45, 4 47s, a 7, number 1, and 29 so far. And now we're doing sticker number 10. And in the little unboxing video I did on this, it's got all the little Easter eggs and all the different bits and pieces of all of these different bits. So yeah, so far I am pleasantly surprised with how it's coming together. As long as I don't screw it up, we should be all right. Right, let's catch up with everybody. Right, what's going on? Yeah, so Ultra Bricks, just let us know when you know the poll. Obviously, everybody else is just getting their votes in now. So at the moment, you've got the big Iron Man. It's got to be one or the other, surely. I mean, the Speed Champions are nice, the AMG stuff, and the creatorship is nice. I think the Iron Man is probably going to be a whole new line, because that is the new Iron Man you picked up, isn't it? So I didn't type in the SKU code, but I'm assuming that is the new Iron Man. So I would have, if it was me, I would probably go for the Iron Man first, just because it's something different. It was selling well in store. Yeah, it was selling well, but I haven't seen that many people show it off. So, and I think it's a bit like the shopping street as well. When you saw that in person, everybody was just like, right, because I saw people literally walk past the shopping street built, look at it, and then try and then find the box. So clearly it wasn't on their radar to start with. And they soon changed their mind when they saw it in person. So I know a lot of people didn't think much of the shopping street when it first came out, but good grief, like they don't even seem to have the same color palette as what they do on the Lego website. That's the scary thing. It is much nicer. So Shibo, you're going to really enjoy yours, and yeah, hopefully everybody else has a good time with theirs. But is anybody looking forward to any form of theme coming in 2026? Is anybody Pokemon fans? Is anybody Lord of the Rings fans? Is there a new line that you're hoping that's going to be coming out in 26? Because there's a lot of sets obviously already come out, and we've got plenty more. We've got plenty more of them, haven't we? Still to come. So has anybody got basically a plan of attack to get bits and bobs? Or is it a case of, if you like it, you're going to get it this year and then just worry about the stuff that's retiring at a later date? Or are you going to be looking at getting the sets that are retiring first? Of course, with Gotham now, potentially, I still can't see that retiring this year. There's no way Gotham should be going. No, sorry, Arkham, not Gotham. I say that every time. I really don't think that is going to go. And then obviously you've got the X-Men stuff, which... just quite surprised that they both had quite a short shelf life. So they must be making space for something. And if they are going to be doing as much Pokemon stuff as what they said they're going to be doing, then that's a nice easy pass from me. So I don't have to worry about those. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a fruity year for some of you with regards to the stuff that you all collect. So, because I don't know what else is coming out, like theme wise. I'm not 100% sure what's coming out. So Iron Man at the moment is winning. Let's have a look. Let me go back because I'm missing. The chat's not moving. There we go. Just give it a couple of minutes, Ultra Bricks, and we'll plonk it up and we'll leave it be. Because at the moment, we'll give it one more minute, but it looks like it's going to be the Iron Man artwork, and then we can just leave the rest. We can just leave that poll up then for the rest of the stream. So that's okay. I guess so. I guess there's a lot of Lord of the Rings fans. My sort of set that I'm wondering about the most at the moment is, of course, the Ninjago set that hasn't yet been announced. And I don't understand why they've not announced it. And I don't know if they're going to screw us over or if they're just going to show it out in a couple of days, or they're going to make us wait for a few. Because there's obviously two ways for Ninjago normally, but why the other 15th anniversary is coming out in March, I'm a bit confused with. So I don't know if we're going to get the other minifigure in March as well, and that's a 15th anniversary stuff done, or they're going to wait until the next series 4 and release all of that stuff at the same time, because we always get two lots of that stuff. But I just can't think of what type of set it's going to be, and I'm hoping it's one that I can add into a theme park and it not being like some super duper vehicle. Right, the poll is finished. We're 10 minutes in. That's that one done. Iron Man for you. There you go. So Brickford, there's yours. That's the order that you can build yours in as well. Right, come on then, Ultra Bricks. Get the poll in for the rest of the stream. Poll for the rest of the stream. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Because yesterday's poll was a good one. Which themes needs a full wave? Nice. Okay, I like that. That's an interesting one. Right. What? Ooh. Yeah, because that's a good way of doing it. Which theme needs a full wave? Yeah, I like that because it's a mix of everything, isn't it? Play sets, battle packs. You've definitely thought of that. Big UCS. Very, very good question. Big UCS style. Which theme needs a full wave? Play sets, battle packs, big UCS style. I like that. And the 4 choices are Lord of the Rings, Zelda, Star Trek, definitely. That gets my vote. D&D. It's a very, very good question. Very, very good question. Iron Man, it is for you, Brickford. Absolutely. There you go. There we go. Right, that's up. So that's going to be the poll up for the rest of the live stream. So which theme needs a full wave? Play sets, battle packs, big UCS style. And you've got Lord of the Rings, Zelda, Star Trek, D&D. Get your votes in. That poll is not changing now for the rest of the stream. So everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed, because it helps. It helps. Yeah, we could redo that. We could re-ask that question, can't we? And we could do like a new, instead of doing like a battle of the sets, we could do a battle of what needs a full wave, because there's lots of stuff at the moment that is only doing bits and pieces and doesn't do like a bit of everything. I think we've all said that Lord of the Rings has priced out a lot of people with it just being bigger sets, and they haven't got like the smaller sets to get people involved in. They've basically aimed it at the people that were watching the films way back when, who are now adults, aren't they? That's what they've done. So yeah, no, that's a very, very good question. But there'll be quite a few sets that they could do that with, because they could have done that with the Batman animated series last year. They could have just given, because they gave us like a UCS style with the artwork. Then they just gave us one car. They gave us no other characters, and then that's it. That's all they did. Whereas they could have done tons and tons of stuff with that. So no, that is a solid question. But that'll be up now for the rest of the stream. So we'll let people get their votes in on that. Is Pumpkin going to be able to make her way down? Now she goes down that ladder more gracefully than I do. Oddly, how are we? How's everything going? Good to see you. Yeah, we're getting there. We're building in Ninjago City. We're going to do our best. We're going to make it as big as possible. But no, I do like that poll question. When you start in your display? That's the key thing. When's that going to happen? Because I saw the comment that you took delivery of your set, which is great. But when are you thinking of building it up? But I'm glad by the sounds of it, a lot of you have got all the sets that you wanted, and they're all now starting to come on their way. So I'm glad Bricks Together's managed to get the giveaway for the Crew House, because seeing what was going on in store, it was just madness with. Well, the one thing I couldn't quite understand is that me and Jay were basically stood together in the queue, and with the store that we're at, it just wrapped round, and you had people they just let people in groups. And for whatever reason, the first 2 people that went in picked up 5 Strange Things house and just cleared off the front of the shelf because it was what was in front of them. You're thinking, well, why? What is the actual point of that? Because don't forget, this was the next day. And then I would love to have been in the shop when they just got more out and just turn around and realize that there's actually more of them in store, because clearly I don't think they knew what they were doing for a new release, because you should have just gone up to the till and they would have just given you them in a shipper box rather than just ripping the first few off the shelf. But it wasn't like elbows out or anything. It was very much a case of really well organized. The queue just allows you to shop all the way around the one side. And yeah, like I said, I managed to pick up all of these bits and pieces absolutely no problem. So yeah, thrilled with managing to get all of these bits in. But we can try and get a good handful of bags done today, which will be good, and just keep plodding on with it. But it's just they didn't even want the set, did they? They just wanted the Creel House. The giveaway, and it was only for that set. Everything else was absolutely fine. Of course, the DeLorean, I think, is selling out worldwide because it's just such a popular thing. But no, it was just very, very, very bizarre just watching people's mentality of, I'm going to get this because it's popular, clearly not knowing it. You just knew the first people that walked into the store didn't quite get the gist of it. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is, as long as you got what you wanted. But they were online long enough, weren't they? That's the thing. Like, if you just stayed up past midnight and you could order it, no problem. It's not an issue. You're just taking a massive risk going into store on day one for a giveaway, because, like I said, there were 60 of them sold in an hour and 10 minutes. So that's how busy these stores are. So yeah, it's a fun one. But I still don't quite understand why I just didn't limit it 1 per person in store. But pass. I'm not their security. I'm not getting involved. That's not my job. I don't have to worry. However, as long as this stays together, I don't know how easy it's going to be to show off. If this stays together, okay, there you go. So you've got all the bits and pieces coming through on this. That's what the base and everything looks like, which looks smart enough. And then you can see you've got all of the really nice curvature all around. And then that's that bit. So this bit is annoyingly, that's the inside. So that's the bit that I'm not going to see. And then that's the bit I am going to see as it's a length. So I'm hoping that kink is it. Because yeah, it is. There's nothing I can do or move. But yeah, it's 4 base plates. So I just hope. You know what? I'm panicking that much. I'm going to check. Bit of a spoiler to myself. There's the second booklet. Oh no, they're all set. They are separate segments after. So you've got one longer segment, and it looks like you can then basically make it up how you want to make it up. We'll see then. We'll see. But this has 4 instruction booklets, but a much bigger cake. Yeah, it's not fun, is it? I'm assuming, because have you seen it in a straight line, Shibo, or did you only see it in a circle? Because I am slowly, like, internally rotting, going, I thought this was supposed to be straighter than what it is. And of course, don't forget the mech is on its way, isn't it? In March. That's the one I've been talking about. So Lloyd's Titan mech, the 15th anniversary. That's obviously going to be bought day one. I don't think I'm going to pre-order it. I'm just going to go into store and pick it up. But I'm now going to pay a little bit more. I could just be clever and just turn the box round. But that is nowhere near as wonky. You can see it zigzags, but there's no way it's kicking around as much as that. Oh, hello. So the bit that I've just done. Oh no, maybe not. Hang on. What bit is that? So what bit is the inside then? Oh, so when it's a straight line. That's weird. So when it's a straight line, you've got the inside wall, as it would be as a circle then. So it's just this outer. See, what is that then? I've got holes there with 3 big Technic pins on this bit just here. I've got 3 Technic pins in there, and I don't know why. So we'll explore the instruction booklet as we go, obviously, but I still can't quite figure out how it's all supposed to go. Only saw it closed. Oh no! Well, clearly it's straight on the way. It's straight the wiggle side, which is absolutely fine. But it's not as straight as I thought it was going to be. I'm sure we'll be okay. I'm sure we'll be fine. There might be some tears. I'm sure there will be. I just do not want to place or replace that red roller coaster anywhere else because it just would suck because it's such a big thing and it is just monstrously big. Yeah, monstrously big. That's another 6 pieces. Another 6 pieces added, and it's just adding more and more bits on. This whole Technic process at the top, I can't quite figure out what this is all for. But yeah, we got any? I keep saying this. I'm going to keep asking. But do we know, or do we have any inkling of what the missing set is from Ninjago going to be? And do we think it's going to be coming out in March? Because I'm just quite surprised that we've heard nothing when we've heard so much about all the other sets. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it'll be. And how is the poll ticking over at the moment? Because that is a very, very solid question. So 10 votes in. Lord of the Rings 60%, Zelda 20%, Star Trek 20%, and D&D is on 0. So yeah, we'll see how that ticks over as it goes. But hopefully you can see all the detail coming together on this one. That's just gone flying. My hands are starting to get so cold. I think that's why pumpkin's gone down. Oof. Getting fresh. So I wonder, are we going to place bets that when Sean said he's gone for an adventure, he's either meaning he's going for a walk because he was quoting a Lord of the Rings thing, or he's found a Lego set online and he's off to pick it up. That's one of 2 things normally an adventure means, isn't it? So just drop that one as well. So yeah, that should be good fun. So when we find out what's going on with that goes there. That goes there. Is that one done? So I can leave that piece on the floor? Yes, I can. That's all right then. I do not need to find that one. Yeah, we'll have to find out from him what he'll be back. When he'll be back, I don't know. Oh, yeah, or at least you said, yeah, people. Yeah, I suppose it's not really the house, is it? It's just that giveaway that they're doing. Right, I've just missed all this. So, going to start on Friday. That's it. That's it. Because you missed out on yours, oddly, didn't you? Because of that was on a huge back order for you. So at least you managed to get it from Amazon, which is great. I don't see Lego doing this with Nintendo for Zelda. Nintendo won't do it now. Well, it's a shame, really, because the minifigures from the Zelda set is going for quite a lot of money. And yeah, everybody's just wanting that giveaway, not so much the actual set. The set itself is perfect scale with the upside down house, just so people are aware. People have seen that upside down house before. Yeah, that is all of that, and we're carrying on with bag number 9. If I can get it out of the box. Yeah. So what we should have a guess. Do we think he's coming back with new sets, or do you think he's going for a wander? You never know. It is lunchtime, though. This is like the worst time to go live because it's awkward for Americans. It's awkward for UK. But I get to build, so it's not too bad. Ultra Break. Looking forward to the Zelda die. What is that? Do we not know yet? Because the other Zelda set was very, very good, but because it's on the Lego website, isn't it? They've just got a coming soon thing for Zelda. I think because we checked it before, didn't we? And it's on there, but Zelda. Yeah, it is. So it is on there. Because I just typed in Zelda on the website, and that's what it's giving you. So it is saying the Legend of Zelda set. But what do we think this set's going to consist of? Because is the Legend of Zelda a game, or is it just their own interpretation of Zelda? You still want the Chrome Ninjas of the 15? See, I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the different sort of chromy gold ones, but the fact that we've got characters that we probably would never have got, I don't mind the chromy, because these, obviously this one here, this is the first one that I've got, and this is full. Where have you gone there? So this is obviously full print all over. And I think some of these characters are going to be very, very expensive. They do, the gold ones do look nice, or like the black or whatever, because they did like a silhouette one before. But I quite like that we're getting first time in the line ones, which they probably couldn't have done before. But the 10th obviously sell well as well, don't they? But I think they're probably doing these because the 10th ones are still relatively available at the moment. But the actual BAM figures, obviously the ones from in store, they're just like a mashup because I've got them all here. So you got a huge array of different characters in there, which there's 7 of them. Yeah, it's just, I'm assuming they're just doing something. They're just doing something slightly. It was the Golden Santa that they did this year for the BAM stuff, was because of it was a certain year of, I don't know if it was like 50 or 30 or whatever it was. That's true. Well, what I'll try and do for you next time I go to the we'll see what they're like on Bricklink. If they're cost effective on Bricklink, then get them from there. If not, I could easily go to a Lego store and pick all 7 up and just send them over. But we just have to work if it's cheaper you getting them from Bricklink or it's cheaper with the shipping. So yeah, you won't miss out on them. But the accessories on these things are great as well for the builder minifigure stuff. So you guys and girls know who these characters are starting to become now. But I think this is the first time you've got Tiny One with the pie. So obviously that's the first episode from Rising Dragon. This is flashback of her with the hair and obviously the uniform. That's the first school uniform, because you can army build this as well, can't you? Because you could just have all of them if you wanted to with this torso, so you could get loads of those. I think she looks really good with full print front and back, so that looks very, very smart. He looks good as well with his daredevil horns with the nice purple front and back, so that looks nice. Pixel's obviously just Pixel. That's probably going to be worth quite a lot of money just because of Pixel always is. And then if you want, I've had an accident brown karate champion with a fake trophy. There he is. They've done that outfit with his sort of big disco type thing on, and then you've got Lloyd with his before he became an elemental with his elemental power, didn't he? Because that's what he used to hit people with in the first couple of bits and pieces. So yeah, it's a full mix, but weirdly there's 7. I don't know why there's 7 of those, but there is. So right, let's catch back up with the chat and then carry on with this. So we are saying supposed to be the battle. That's all the room. Oh, okay. I wouldn't know what that is. I can't even pronounce the word either. I can just say G-Dorf. It sounds like a football player, doesn't it? That's all I can. That's all my pronunciation will go with that. But do we know? Obviously, it just says coming soon. But obviously, you guys and girls been much more switched on than I am with these kind of stuff. Do you have a rough month that that's going? Because that just said coming soon, didn't it? So, do you have any idea when that is going to be appearing, or not so much? Oh, that's what the Technic bits are for. So those 2 huge blue long Technic shaft bits are all just for you to be able to put those 2 dangly bits in. That's it. Rather than just putting a little bit with a hole, they've just randomly given you a full-blown Technic build just to be awkward. Shocking behavior. Imagine spring. Okay. I wonder how well that will sell, because a lot of people liked the other Zelda set, didn't they? But they just thought it was quite pricey. So I think a lot of people waited. Because don't forget, you can get that set from the Nintendo store. Yes. There's lots of places you can get different bits from. So like the Harry Potter store, you get all the Harry Potter sets for cheaper because it was 50% off, wasn't it, over Black Friday, Cyber Monday? So yeah, 50% off on a lot of those stuff. And it was the same thing with Zelda. The actual Zelda set went into big sales as well. So I would imagine people might have been getting it elsewhere rather than the actual Lego website. But if the next one comes out, I don't know how long the current Zelda is until it retires. That's something I've not actually looked at. It's never been on my radar. I've seen it in person it was last year now. Yeah, long time ago. Is it 2 years? 1 year? No, I think it's 1 year. Yeah, October, November of 2024 is when I saw it built, because I saw it at MCM Comic Con. And I sort of looked at it and I was like, yeah, it looks nice. But a lot of people, again, were, I don't know if they were more thrilled or more annoyed that you could build both, but you didn't use all the pieces for both of them. So, yeah, you're never happy, are we? I say this all the time. We are never, ever happy with anything. That's a funky element, that is. See, more black frogs. Yes, I've never seen that used in an Ninjago set before. I wonder if that's a new piece. Pretty smart. So you've got four of those. That looks pretty. That looks pretty funky. But in my head, all I'm doing is humming this Ninjago theme tune over and over and over again. Nope. It's just falling out of his hole. Good start. Get in. Thank you. Yeah, there's lots of different Harry Potter stores. You can easily, like in the UK, you've got actual physical stores that you can walk in and online as well. So March for Zelda. Ooh, for Ultra Bricks. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's not. It'd be interesting to see. Well, I wonder how well it'll sell because it, by the sounds of it, then they're going to do. They've got a lot of gamey stuff coming at the same time because Pokemon is end of February for Pokemon Day. So I'm assuming, yes, Pokemon Day is a thing. I've just recently been told this. So I'm assuming that they're going to have like a gaming arc release where it's going to be Pokemon into Zelda into whatever else it's going to be, and then that'll be that thing is done. Yeah, I used to play games a bit. I haven't played for a long time. I was I did the stream for the Batman, the new Dark Knight thing. And it has to be on a PS5, and I don't have a PS5, so that kind of put a track halt on that. But I didn't actually realise that with the PS4, I was looking at it because I've never actually used it because I got it free with my phone in 2020. It did come with a Lego game, so I could actually just whack that on and just give that a bit of a blast. The Zelda movies are next year. Ah, okay. Well, that kind of makes sense. Well, Lego will be licking their lips then because I was speaking to people actually in store. If you think like they've had to recycle Harry Potter for multiple years, and they haven't done very well with Lego Marvel stuff, unless it's been recycled Avengers bits and pieces, different minifigures, different like UCS sets and whatever else like that. But this year, they've got the new Harry Potter thing being filmed, so that the sets are going to be in production for those, and that's going to be that's just going to be like 10 years of new stuff, let alone the next redo. So for the next 20 years, they're absolutely fine with Harry Potter. So they're laughing with that. And then you've got a huge amount of Marvel stuff coming this year as well. So they're going to be recycling those sets for a long time as well. And then now they're going to do the same thing with Zelda. All the IPs that they've sort of bought into, they've got all of this stuff that's going to be coming. So they should be laughing with that. They'll be laughing all the way to the bank when they take all of your money when you buy all the sets, and I can just sit here and go, nah, I didn't get that. I'll probably end up getting it though, and then be like, oh, I've got no money now. I'll be back in a few minutes, says Shibo. Not a problem. Black frogs are native to Africa. They have black poison frogs. Fair enough. There we go. I wonder what they represent in the Ninjago scenario. Like you can see, there's just endless detail in lots of different colours on this, and it is it's been nice to plonk this together. But like all of the Ninjago ones, it did look like the blacksmith was the same. Lots and lots of layering, lots of detail. They put a lot of detail into the smaller builds as well. So that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing yesterday. So yeah, it's good to see. Good to see. But they do always seem to put quite nice colours together with these sets. They've got just where they put the reds with the greens with the blacks and all that kind of thing. It looks really smart and effective. So as long as they continue that for the rest of the year, that will be good. And then, of course, we'll be thinking, well, when is the next modular one coming out? Because I was listening to bits and pieces, and apparently they don't have they've said that they don't actually have a release schedule for the big Ninjago modulars. They just do it when they feel is necessary, which I can't quite get my head around. But that's why the workshop never made any sense to come out when it did. But kind of makes me think, what else is coming? I don't know. I can't imagine them doing another 4,000 piece set for now, but at the same time I can, because they've just retired the market, so I can see them having something to go with the workshop, and this is something completely different. So I can see them doing another big Ninjago set as their finale for the 15th anniversary. Otherwise they would have left this till last, because you would have thought that this was going to be the more not so much popular, but the more spoken about set, even though that anniversary diorama thing seems to be gone absolutely everywhere. Right, we are 248, so that's not too bad. But again, we're layering over layers and layers of stuff, but they overhang a lot of stuff on the Ninjago sets. So you always try and square it up. And it's like, oh no, it doesn't actually fit there. But I've got literally black and gold in front of me at the moment. And you can see all of this, all these pieces look like it's just going to be from the top. So you've got all this detail coming in on the roof, which I'm assuming is going to be the next bag. So it's not going to help me with my figuring out which way this is actually going to wiggle and how it all sort of comes, together. But that's a couple of bags have been relatively big. I'm sure it's a crowbar. It is a crowbar. You've got a crowbar. There's no way that it is. Is that crowbar element just resting there? Oh, you know that isn't gonna. Does that really just sit? It can't just sit there. That's got to get boxed in. It will sit there for now, and I'm assuming it will be pinned. There's no way that's just going to stay like that, because you know what I'm like. That piece will be on the floor, and then I have to order a load of spare crowbars because I'm never ever going to be able to find them again. Good afternoon, Lego King. So what is it did you actually get from the store yesterday? You left everybody on a cliffhanger. We were all wondering if you got 6 Ninjago characters from BAM or if you got 7. Obviously, you were stuck on the tube, and then that's it. That's all we know. So how did it go? Was it eventful or successful, shall I say? What am I doing with... okay. I am boxing it in, I think. Yeah. Clever. There you go. That piece will still come off if you turn it upside down. So don't turn it upside down. But you'll be fine. You will be absolutely fine. So yeah, as always, let us know what it is that you've picked up this weekend, what it is you're building. Like I always say, the Lego website is running up in the background, so we can easily check the bits and pieces that you've got. But Ultrabrick says the Zelda movie next year is going to be is next year. She was back in a few minutes. Oddly says, am I into games? Yes. Well, I used to be. And there is obviously a poll running as well, which is going to be running just for the rest of the live stream. Which theme needs a full wave? Playsets, battle packs, big UCS style, like anything from across the board. And you've got Lord of the Rings, Zelda, Star Trek, and D&D. I think Star Trek gets my vote. I think you could do a lot of stuff with the away team bits and pieces, and you could just really build the characters up. So that Star Trek will get my vote, I would say. I think Star Trek will get my vote. All right, carrying on with the roof. But yeah, this is lovely, lovely, lovely detail on here. So everybody's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed, because it does help. I say this every single time. If you are watching this back on the replay, again, let us know what you think is something that's needed with regards to like the battle packs and all that kind of stuff. What theme do you think would benefit more from everything else? Because we only tend to get the battle packs for Star Wars and things, don't we, really? For the clones and stuff. But I'm sure there'll be other bits that we can pick up. Lego King has left a comment. I'll be reading it in a second, sir. Bear with me. I'll just finish off this bit because kind of got into a rhythm of it at last. There we go. That stops it from coming out. So these two pieces stop the crowbar from coming out because this then overlaps the top of that bar. Very clever. I've never ever seen that building technique before. Works. something new for me. But I said this actually in the last Ninjago one that we did. They always seem to do new techniques more often in the Ninjago stuff than anything else. And it's always just like completely different uses of part elements, which is just a very clever way of doing it. So I don't know if they test the water with some of the Ninjago stuff and then sort of snowball it out into other bits or what. It's just going to salaries because I'm about to start to panic. Then I couldn't see something that's directly in front of me. Rest of the roof looks like it's going to be coming together. And you've got already got the perfect spacing for that. So bizarre because the two in the middle are floating and then the two on the outside are touching. They're touching tips on the outside, so not bad whatsoever. Nearly there, Lego King, and I'll read out your bits and pieces. I can see it's come through, but I just want to get the rest of these done and down because I know what will happen. I will move this and it will fall apart and then I have to rebuild it all, which I don't want to do. But no, by the sounds of it, it was successful, hopefully. That's what I got the impression of anyway. That bit goes into the middle, that bit goes upside down. And then we have got this one, that way. Okay, try not to look at the box and say, I wonder what this bit's for. It's always going to be the arch, isn't it? So how does this go on? Oh, it clips in at the top. Very, 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 very nice. I've got still more details. Oh, what do you reckon that Easter egg is with the gold then? That looks like it's the samurai. Well, in fact, it is, isn't it? It's the samurai piece. That's what they've reused. I've got the samurai just beside me. So I wonder if that is just a bit of a. I wonder if this roof is a complete mashup, and that's what they've done of different sets. Because I'm just starting to put two and two together, looking at all of this detail, and there's lots of different bits on this. I know it's a 15th anniversary set, but all of that at the front, there's got to be multiple bits because that's the samurai headpiece that they've just used on her, just there as you can see. But then you've got all of the dangly bits that they've used way back when. They're the lamps that they have on the actual main Ninjago City sets. Then you've got the same sort of frog texture stuff that they've added in on other bits, but normally they use the clips. So that's one of the first times they've used the frogs. I'm even looking at Zane's shrine, and that doesn't have the frogs on. So yeah, the frogs are a slightly different touch. And then you've got obviously all the bits and pieces on the side, and then all the bits and pieces on the back. So that's starting to come together really, really nicely, actually. So yeah, it's looking nice. It's got some nice bits and pieces. So Lego King says, my phone went dead, was very good. Got 7 of the BAM figures for the Ninjago. Stranger Things Brickheads and 3 CMF series. Got the frog, parrot, and goldfish. So I don't know about anybody else that have picked those CMFs up yet because they were easily available to pick up. So I do actually know Brickford's daughter picked them up from Bristol. But I haven't seen many. I thought they would have sold out instantly. They will. They'll be figures. But yeah, these are the ones that you got. So you picked up some good ones then. Was it lucky dip or did you scan them? Was it lucky dip for you, or did you manage to pick them all up? So you got the frog, parrot, and goldfish. I do like the goldfish. The frog looks nice as well with the bubbles. And obviously, you've got all the different elements and things that go with it. So no, that's a good little haul. That a nice one. Also, you went to the Lego store in London, didn't you? Oh right, Jay. Here we go. Building a bit for Jay. Have I missed? Yes, I have missed 2 more bits. That bit clips on there, and that bit clips on there. There we go. That's the final 2 bits that should have gone on when I put the horny bit on. And now we're moving on to bag number 10. Bag 10. How do I have him? How do I build Jay up? Do we have Jay flying? I think we'll have Jay flying. He likes to fly, Jay, doesn't he? He hasn't got a passport, but he's going to be flying around in his new wing design. I think that is a brand new design. But no, this build Lego thing is very, very good indeed. And the new Ninjago temple, the ninja display is great. The print on all of these minifigures are really good as well. So yeah, you can't really go wrong. But like any other Ninjago set, it's just packed of detail. So yeah, you can't go too wrong. But I think I'm going to go with goggles. Is what I'm going to go for. I think that's what we're going to do. He's going to be walking around with his goggles on, which means I wonder if they've left the place where you can actually put the spare head bit, because that's the problem we had with the CMFs with the D&D, wasn't it? Everybody got extra heads, and what I've done is I've actually stockpiled the heads on top of each other, and then I put them in the giveaway, because the giveaway was a treasure chest, so I've just actually used the treasure chest for storage for those. Right, building J. Building Jay with his old school headpiece and goggles. It looks like an old rugby helmet that he's wearing. This is taking me back to scrapyard days. This is taking me back to. But no, the minifigure print on all of these are strong. I've just dropped Jay's head. I'll give him a happy smiley face because he's never miserable. Jay's never miserable. Right. I'm assuming we're going to build the wings later. Or now. Now we're building them. Right, so he's got his long shafty length thing, again, like he's got with the other one. Yeah. Let's have a look. Old Rick says, I think the next CMF series has a lot of promise, supposed to include classic figures. Oh, I saw the one character. Yeah, I saw the Ninjago character. That would be great if they just do one of each. I think that would be a really, really nice thing. Lego King says, just open them now. So please, they're probably one of the best series. There we go. So I think the current series is probably one of the better ones I've done in ages, because they always seem to sell well when they do the odd character in that line. But that is very much a picture frame wave, isn't it? Rather than actually adding it into my laptop's singing at me at the moment. Rather than adding it into, well, you could try and add them into a zoo, but wouldn't really work as well. But no, if they're going to do a classic series, then yeah, I would get all of those. Because I would use all of those characters in the Ninjago city that I've got, because it's that Ninjago character would be used. So I could place them there if required, but I just do not have the patience to scan the box. I much preferred just fiddling around with the packs, because I thought that was the whole point of them, wasn't it? You're supposed to learn the elements and have a quick fondle, figure out exactly what each one was. And now it's just a case of scan, and then you've got to rely on that the actual scan is correct. So I'm assuming what you scanned, Lego King, was what you wanted. I've seen that you said you scanned them. So I'm assuming they were the ones that you were looking for, or did you just scan them all and just sort of know what you wanted and just went with it? Right, these wings are huge. That way. Put it on the right way would be ideal, wouldn't it? There we go. So even the wings are complicated to put together. That then goes that way. If I can put this on the right way. And then where did that go? I'll figure out how that's supposed to get attached. Oh, it goes that way, isn't it? There we go. We got it. That's the back of his backwards. Oh, still building his flipping wings. So half this most of this bag is J then. So just when I was going to go with the wings rather than not. Otherwise, that would just been completely pointless. Right. Let's catch up with the poll for a second. Fingers are freezing. Right, at the moment, obviously, as we know, there's a poll running. So if you're jumping in back out again, feel free. Star Trek is starting to catch up Lord of the Rings. I think it's going to be a 2-horse race for those two. But yeah, I'm glad you're happy, Lego King, with the wave that you've picked up. And obviously, they do look, as you can see, do look very, very good. And obviously, you've got some brickheads and things to pick up and build and have a little bit of fun with. So, because you said that they had the DeLorean still there, didn't you? Because that DeLorean's obviously just disappeared. So yeah, it's a nice. It's going to be a nice looking thing when people start to build their DeLoreans up. Because obviously, seeing the box artwork in person at the store, it did look very, very good. Very, very good. It's just I left it for others. I am not that kind of person that would do things just to get to build and sell. With regards to content for this, that is. So I'd rather get the stuff that I want and plod on. But yeah, I had the opportunity to get the DeLorean, the Creel House. So I was spoiled with what I could have got. I could have just had a lovely time picking up all the other little bits and pieces, but he did not. Did not get it. Oh, we're doubling up on that, are we? I assume. You go at the end. Well, I'm struggling more with these stupid wings than anything else. These better be all right. I think it's because my hands are so cold. I can't get the pieces off. Oh, it hurts as well. Right, so we've got a double Wonka going into another double Wonka, going into that thing. There we go. Don't want to be taking them apart again. And then we can add on that 1, 2. I've got to do this twice as well. 3. They all push together. So we're now in step 7, and then upside down. And yeah. God, there's tons of pieces used for these. You would have to build the wings up and just leave them on, and there's no point giving us the spare helmet. I don't think anybody would do it. I mean, these parts are obviously nice to use for part elements and things. 00 Speed Champions is still one of my favorite. Yeah, see, that was the minifigure was great on that as well, wasn't it? That was a really good minifigure. What is going? The size of this, and the open. I'm gonna have him dangling on something. That's just not gonna hold out. But no, the 007 Speed Champions car, it looks really good. I nearly started to do a Fast and the Furious collection within the theme park, because obviously of Universal. I could have made that work no problem because they've got all the rides and all that kind of stuff. But then I was like, I just don't really have the space, and it's just going to get damaged if I keep moving it and build it up. Because I struggle at the moment. I'm struggling with all the other vehicles that come with the modulars. So I had the opportunity to start doing it with the 007, and then I was like, oh, if I got the 007, I could get this thing and I could get that. And I was like, no. So it's just space and everything else, because like I said, I'm trying to limit myself with a theme park-esque kind of thing, just to stop me from buying lots. And after a handful of dragons, there's nothing else for Ninjago. So it's just going to be a case of figure out what's going where. Obviously, I've made the mistake of not getting the Enterprise, so I've made a huge display behind me and not actually have the main piece for that. So that'll have to be rectified at some point. But that is huge. That really is massive. Look at the size of that. Where this clips onto, I do not know. Will he actually stand? Yes. Yes, he will, because the bit at the back is obviously to stop him from falling over. So that's a quite clever little design, that. So there's Jay with his nice big flying wings. Brickford says, I need a 007 speed champion. Yes, the larger length. So you're after... Is that on here? Oh, yeah. That's a very, very nice car, that. I will share that with everybody. I know what one you mean. I have seen rumours of new Technic sets supposed to be coming out here. How this is popping up on my newsfeed when I don't actually look for the stuff. It might be a Tumbler, if anybody cares. So that might be the big DC set this year. But that's the one you want, isn't it? The big old school Lego Creator one. Gorgeous, that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Good size as well. Because it's got the flip license plates and all sorts of trickery on it, isn't it? So the license plates come. You can see how detailed that is. I did like the larger Creator cards. I preferred them to the Technic, because you had like the VW camper van and some of the other little bits and pieces like that. So I thought that was really very, very smart. So I think but yeah, no, I do like them. So if that's on your if that's on your back haul shopping list, I suppose that'll be what you'll be. Because I think I said it yesterday, but we didn't really go into it. What is people's technique for the sets moving forward this year? Are you going to focus on the newer stuff, or are you going to try and get the stuff that's retiring this year? Because obviously a lot of the sets start to retire in 6 months' time from now. Or are you literally just going to get what you feel that you want to get? Because I think some people would have just been like, I'm not fussed by anything on the retiring list. If I miss out on it, I miss out on it, and they just move forward, which, you know, it's a fair way to be. I am like that for a lot of the stuff, but obviously this stuff I've got the opportunity to crack on with now and not miss out on bits. So that's why I am focusing on the Ninjago section first. So I do apologise, it's going to be Ninjago heavy stuff for the next while at least, and then I'm sure there'll be something else that'll pop out that'll just be different. So I'm looking forward to the big roller coaster. If they're going to do another roller coaster, that'd be nice. It'd be just a cool thing to see. I say a roller coaster, it might not be. It might be a drop tower. I would like a flipping river rapids or a log flume or something, just so I can actually set up a water section of the theme park. But I don't know if they'll do that, because the Loop Coaster retired 24. That retired, so we didn't get a big theme park set last year. So I was left out and miserable last year. Right, I've got to clip this onto something, and I can't see where this clips on to. It's because I'm looking at the wrong way. That's why. What is? It's the front, isn't it? Oh, fancy. They're easy enough to see. Which way does it go over? Over. There it is. There's one. So I know what this reference is for, from the pink and white. I say this every single time. I'm looking at it from all of the other sets. The only one that they didn't add it on was the workshop. I don't actually think. I don't know if they added it onto the market. They might have done. But all the others, the garden and all the others, they did. That looked very, very effective. Very, very effective. So I'll see how long that stays on there before I break it. What's going on with the chat? So we are going back through. So Speed Champion's still one of my favorite. Oh, hang on. Let me go all the way up. Let me go all the way up because there's a few that I've missed. So so Lego King says the Parrot box has Cape, such a good print, and also then says, I just opened them now, so pleased that they're probably one of the best series. Ultrabrook says, I'll grab the DeLorean when it's at Argos or Amazon. I have the big one, but I do like the smaller one at the Speed Champion. Yeah, the Speed Champion one is good. And the 007 Speed Champions is still one of my favourite sets. Lego King says, Mr. Wu from Ninjago CMF movie had a cereal box, so does the Parrot. Yep, no, great for me. Yes, actually, the cereal box from Wu was quite a good bit of fun. That's obviously from the Ninjago movie stuff. I need the 007 Speed Champions larger vehicle, which we've checked out. I need the Batman car. So there's plenty of them, Lego King. There's loads of Batman cars. And there's loads of Batman cars coming from the game as well. And yes, it's very, very expensive now. It is very, very expensive. Trying to complete the full Speed Champion line, says Brickford. The problem is, it's start backtracking some of the older Speed Champions cars, and they are very, very expensive. It's amazing how expensive some of the Lego stuff is just for that. Because I started to do the same. I started to get a collection of Speed Champion stuff together because my original idea for this channel, by the way, was racing Speed Champions cars on a track in here and just making videos out of it because they would all perform differently with different bits and stunts and all that kind of stuff. I thought, what am I doing? So no. And then I thought I could just put them down a steep slope, like just find the same hill and just set up cameras top, middle, and bottom. And by that point, I was like, there's just no point. Nobody's going to watch it. So I didn't. So I got a couple of cars and then just thought, no, there's too much work and effort involved in that. So instead, I just then started to go to different places and travel. So yeah, that was my logic with all of that. Are these two side by side? But no, I want to get to some Lego parks this year. I've got to get to some Legoland parks this year. I did not get to any last year. I am ashamed of myself. That has to be done. I want to get to Malaysia. Definitely want to try and do Germany. Want to do Billund and I want to do Windsor. So that's the 4 parks that I want to try and get to over this year. And then depending on what happens, might try and get to another one as well, but I doubt it. But yeah, there is plenty of Legoland content to come, because it's something I enjoy doing. So I enjoy doing this stuff. And these are all stepped and staggered and look fantastic in person. So they're much more stepped than what they look in the instruction booklet. So that's really nice. Oh, another sticker. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. So we are now sticker number 6. And that is Lloyd with the other ninjas, I think, just fighting. I think that's what's going on with that one. And that is going up across the top. Where does that go then? Spin it round. Right. This is where it's going to start getting a little bit tricky, because I think this is why it's going to be in separate sections. So I think once this bit's done, the next booklet is going to be completely different. Because that looks like it's just sitting in there. That doesn't clip on anything. It doesn't. It just sits there. Oh, it's going to get blocked off. I see. I got some 6 stars. Ooh, got some 6 stars one. Hello. How are we? 3, 2, 1. How is everything going? We have just been talking about all sorts of different bits and pieces. I got the last big tumbler. Excellent figures with that one. Yeah. So the big last UCS, that was the Heath, wasn't it? The big tumbler. And the first hard cape Batman. I think that was the one. I've got that one. And it's just in pieces in the box. So it got finished. It was up here for a while. I just couldn't make it work. So I was like, right, now get rid of that. I think that's been probably put onto my sale pile, to be honest. I keep the minifigures, but the tumbler itself will just end up disappearing. So it's just too big. Just too big. Yes, I've got the big Ecto one. I've got the big Batman wing. I've got the 89 Batmobile. So yeah, it's just a little bit too big. All right, that's bizarre. I have to read why those things are in there. I don't know if they're supposed to be maps or what Easter eggs those are, and that's really annoying because obviously clearly if you're boxing them in, it's because I haven't seen the original TV show for ages, so I don't know if that's an egg to series 4, which is obviously potentially what it is, because as I keep saying, this is being used to a point in series 4, or if it's something from way back when. But what 6 stud ones did you get? What vehicles have you got, Brickford? And 3, 2, 1, how are you getting on with life? Have you actually built anything today at all? And have you got any sets left? Got 2. But no, again, you can see the detail on this. It's just so good. Oh, that just shuts. Sort of shuts down to a point. There you go. That's it. Flush down. So if you didn't never open that up, you'd never know it was in there. And now you build in some more stuff. Oh, so 321 has got as we know, a Bricklink store and managed to get up some DeLoreans and Speed Champions cars. Nope, all Speed Champions gone for retail price, and also made a start for the UCS Falcon. That is amazing. So yeah, 321 went off to Costco, got some of the sets, put them on the store, and sold out on all of them straight away. So they're even selling out on the Bricklink stores as well, which is a credit to how popular the DeLorean is then. It's such an iconic thing for people. But yeah, I just don't know if it will kick off a new thing, or people do. I don't know what the massive commotion about was. I don't know if it was because they really like the car, they like the figures, because obviously the set itself was on pre-order for ages, and then it wasn't on pre-order because obviously they must have hit their quota as such, and then alarm bells must have started ringing when every well, it's on 80-day back order everywhere else. But Lego King says it's in the Lego store in London, but maybe not anymore because that'll probably be one of the last places it will be. But I did say it is the flagship store, so if you are going to try and get it from anywhere, I would imagine that would be the place to potentially get it from. Where is this supposed to sit? It goes there. Yep. Okay. Right, detailing on the roof, I'm assuming this is. Yes. As long as the pieces don't get much bigger than this, I've got plenty of room still on the table. They do start, if I have to add on the next bit and add on the next bit, then it's going to get a little bit it's going to get a little bit fruity because I'm just not going to have the space to do it because we know how long this thing gets. So no, it's good. So I'm glad you have provided a good service to everybody, which is great. And yeah, you can't go wrong with that at all. Got another one on there, another one on there. That's 3, and that is number 4. Because I don't know what sets I was saying about who's getting what sets and when and why. I can't think past. Obviously, the Enterprise is what I would like to get with the Ninjago stuff that's out currently. But apart from like maybe one or two of the sets that are retiring, I don't know what's on my list. I really haven't really yeah, because I went heavy on the Winter Village stuff, like I said I was going to. But if the Ninjago stuff didn't come out on, if this was say a February wave, I would have got nothing in January. As it happens, obviously it came to play a little bit later. And then obviously all the rumours started to appear of all the other stuff that is going to be. But no, I don't. That's the wrong. I'm not going to click on because it's the wrong piece. Where is the spanner? Where are you? Oh, have I done that? I have. Oh, you absolute melon. No, I haven't. No, they are right. Oh, that's correct. That one's correct. The other one isn't. Told you, if you get one thing wrong, it just bottlenecks. So I wasn't paying attention to that bit. Is that bit that goes through. And then that bit goes back on into there. So it all sits to be the same. But I have got... And then that, because I don't give you any spares of those, and that bit is for that bit. Because that is the only one that will clip on. There we go. All of that faff for that. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat then. Ultrabrick says, yeah, got the last big tumbler megabooks for the 007. UC said, didn't even keep one for myself. Having to order one in October as a pre-order. I'm waiting for it to turn up. Oh, I thought you pre-ordered. If you pre-order it, it should be on its way already. Ultrabrick says, I'm trying to focus on my spending this year. Minister Earth is likely outside that. So I'm not sure, not heard of what the Black Friday set is going to be. I don't think they know yet, do they, for the Black Friday stuff? I think they will just sort of make it up as they go along. Because there is so many sets that you can pick from on the Lego website pieces. I would like the shopping street, but I don't know if that's going to be, that might be next year or the year after, depending on how long the shelf life is of it. But yeah, I think it just depends on what unfolds over this year, really. But we don't know what everything's about, do we? They've updated the artwork, as you can see on the website. They've changed it ever so slightly. The wait's over. But no, I don't know what else there is, because there's been no rumors of the bigger Marvel stuff that would have caught my eye normally. I wasn't really too fussed about the X-Men Mansion when it first came out. I have now made room for it because I think it just would like it. But then at the same time, I haven't seen any of the Marvel stuff for ages now, because it just started to the point of where the content was so bad. I was like, I'm just not wasting my life on misery. And, really, at the same time, if I don't buy anything else Marvel related and never watch anything from here on in, I would just carry on watching everything up to original to Endgame, because that's like, what, to me, one story. I know what they're trying to do. I understand what they're trying to do. They've just done it the wrong way, and they've completely lost my interest with all of that. And don't forget, at the same time, I have never watched a Formula One race since the Hamilton incident either. So I just lost complete interest in that as well. I was like, well, they're just going to cheat. They're just... So I can lose attention and not care about something extremely quickly. I think what did it for me was how bad Eternals was. I was like, I can't get my life back from this. It made no sense what they were trying to... It should have just been on a completely different planet. All these things they could have done, but they didn't. So with, yeah, because there's no big Marvel set coming, that's money saved, obviously, for this year. We don't know if it's going to be a DC set coming. If the big DC set is going to be a Technic set this year, and it's going to be a vehicle, then absolutely no need, because it's just going to be a redo of something that's already been done. That's been done twice, so it'll be the third time I think they've done it, because the last big tumbler was a really good redo, because the original one was really fragile, wasn't it? I think. So that one goes there. And that one goes there. Nice. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know if this is the end of this bag. Oh, sorry, booklet. We might finish booklet number 1, and this is the first big chunk nailed, which would be nice. We might have been successful and done a thing. We have, I think. Yes, we have. We've done it. Where's it go? Oh, there. We've done a thing. Happy days. That's one booklet down. That's a lot of detail and a lot of bags for that size. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh, could you imagine if that was the Friday thing? They waited all year, because let's be honest, Black Friday is a huge opportunity for a new thing. It would have been quite nice if they did another Star Trek thing, and that was its regular time slot. But yeah, I think it could be a new castle this Black Friday to replace the Lion Knights castle. Maybe remake, maybe. It'll be a completely different faction, won't it? What it will be. I'm assuming the faction is either an Easter egg to watching the 3-in-1 sets, or it's the faction that did not make it in the Bricklink designer program, which is the squid stuff. Because there were some beautiful sets in the Bricklink designer program, and I mean very, very nice stuff. And it didn't make it. And the only thing that people are saying, the reason why it didn't make it, is because the Lego group must have already had something planned for that faction. Because everybody that made it, like all these massive sets, just happened to be the same faction. So yeah, you might be right with that. Right, before I start the next piece, I will show you all of this so far. So yeah, this is really, really very nice. So yeah, you got all the beautiful detail all wrapped around on here. You got all the trees and the roots and everything on the one side, which looks great. And then that is a huge, as you can see, huge gap, because we're probably 8 studs in on that one. So yeah, that's very, very, very nice detail on this bit. So yeah, happy with that so far. We'll grab a drink and we'll open up the next bag and just plod on, because I need to get the other instruction booklet done. But yeah, the castle, it's because I think the Black Friday window, because years gone by, it was the DC slot, because for 3 years in a row, I think it was or at least 2, because they did the 89 Batman, and then they did the Batwing, and then they moved the Shadow Box to a different release schedule. Then I think it was the Avengers Tower. That's 3 years in a row. I can't remember 24 Black Friday. And 25 was Star Trek. So yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what was 2024 for Black Friday. Can't remember what that one was. Let me just double check that has finished. Yes, it has. Right. Can I just go? I can't. I don't think I can just go back. I think I've got to. Yeah, I do. Right, I've got to close them into instructions. And booklet number 2 is on the way. Yes, just please work. Old Town. There it is. And we are booklet number 2 of 4. So I have just found what that is. So that is downloading in the background. Oh, so there we go. So that is the next one. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that is going to be a Black Friday thing. Obviously, like I said, you go to the website, type in instructions, find the set that you need to find. The Lego website is always running in the background. If anybody is building anything, of course, let us know and we can check it out as we're going through the build. It's getting closer. We're 13 votes in, because obviously we didn't start the poll straight away when everybody was jumping in back out again. But you've got Lord of the Rings and Star Trek. Star Trek is now starting to creep up. So I personally think it'd be Star Trek that would need a full wave of different bits and pieces. So have you been playing out in the snow, Sean? Because Shibo, he's gone off and done something very, very similar to you. But if you scroll back up through the chat, wondering when you've gone off for an adventure, and the way you said it, we didn't know if you were doing like a Lord of the Rings-esque walk, or if you'd buggered off to get yourself a new set. Couldn't quite put 2 and 2 together. But I've just finished the first booklet, so we're now on this. So 11 to 21, and I'm actually very excited to get a Purple Postman. That Purple Postman minifigure has been teasing me since I realised I missed out on the Spinjitzu, the Air of Spinjitzu. Sorry, it's the Temple of Air Jitsu, should I say. But I do believe that this minifigure here is going for quite a lot of money. So yeah, if you guys wanted to start researching how much some of these minifigures are worth to make me feel a little bit better, then obviously please do. But yeah, it's some nice ones on here for sure. And I will upload some more shorts after for some more minifigures today, I think, and I'll link that to the other video. That's probably a good thing to do. It makes me question, where is that? Just thought of something. Right, yeah, so we are building up that. Where have I put it? Didn't want to do that. There they are. My golden coins from yesterday. That's the result. Oh, my golden coins. I need that. Magic stuff. Right, Sean says, went for a nice walk with the pup through the snowy wilderness. We have none of it. We just got freezing cold, clear sky. That's all we have down this way, Sean. We got nothing else. So yeah, we haven't got any snow or anything whatsoever. So that's a bit depressing. But this minifigure looks, well, again, we were saying about prints on figures, weren't we? And for example, comparing it with the Death Slice. Look at that. Full blown. That's amazing. And it's got a really nice time element and symbol on its chest. Very, 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 very smart. Let's carry on then. So nice printing on the face on this one. And then obviously you've got the hair piece. There it is. So that is good. Is that not working? Is it working? There we go. Right. So yeah. So that's we are with it now, I think. Right. So we are where we're at with regards to a new section. So we will just figure out what shape this will turn into and then figure out what way we're going. You can see they've done the same thing with the Technic bits. You've got two short and one longer length. Oh, I am still very, very confused with regards to what way this actually is supposed to end up. But we'll figure it out. But no, if you've had a nice snowy walk, then I'm jealous. How bad's it on the roads? Is it drivable or not so much? Because that's going to be the next fun in games, isn't it? Because it'll just, if it's bad, I can just imagine what the floods are going to be like. Because it was a couple of years back, wasn't it, where in January, where everything flooded and then it snowed and got really, really very, very bad indeed. So it wasn't the greatest of starts to the year. But our really cold weather tends to come now. It always sort of has done, hasn't it? It's always come a little bit after when people think it's going to arrive. But as long as you didn't leave any brown stains as you were walking around after the debacle of yesterday, then everything should be living the dream for you. Where's that? Another 2. Nice. He's had a light sprinkling in the woods. I'm not too sure if he's talking about the snow or what was happening last night. So, yeah, I'm sure Jay would be proud after what you went through last night. And it was highly entertaining my end as well. That was very, very funny. But again, everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. I keep saying it, if anybody's building anything this weekend or they're just plodding along with anything, let us know what it is that you are doing. We will be checking out at some point, it'll be in a separate stream, but I don't know if it will be this evening or tomorrow sometime, what is where with regards to who has what. And it'll be only an hour stream as well. So it'll be like 8 till 9, for example, or something, or 8:30 to 9:30, just something different, just so we can figure out where everything is in the UK of different bits and pieces. But maybe not. That might not happen tonight. Just depends on how much I get done of this. So we've got water. And we've got more water. Oh. They do like their water pieces in the Ninjago stuff, obviously. Double. We have got, but again, still just packing it full of just loads and loads and loads of detail. And because I haven't spoiled this for myself, I still don't know what pit this is, what way this is going. So we've had a good look on the Lego website, but I've not seen any of it built or anything. But I'm just trying to picture what these bits are to do with and what these bits are for, and what it's all in. Yeah, I know. It's the same for a lot of people, isn't it? So it should be a short stream tonight, sorry. But we'll carry on with the evening streams, but they were only in the evening, like an hour anyway, weren't they? It's just like the last, and I am going to carry on with new releases up till midnight. So like for Minister Earth, that'll be a midnight thing. When it's Pokemon, it'll be a midnight thing. I'll stay up till that point and then just crack on. It doesn't matter what night of the week it will be. I'll just be stupid enough to do it. Because they're just a good bit of fun. So if anybody is desperately needing any of those things, I will be stupid enough to keep the tradition alive for the rest of this year and do the midnight streams where I obviously can. But yeah, a lot of people are back to work tomorrow. I know some people went back on the Friday. Some people went back this weekend. Of course, we're moaning about work, but then we all went to the Lego store and they were already there, weren't they? So they went back to work before us, so we can't really moan too much. So But yeah, I'm going to do another. I might, depending on what time I get back tomorrow, I'll do another build, and then might do a double tomorrow with the live streams. I might double it up with the bit of research. But no, the that's what we were doing, wasn't it? The live, like for the Death Star, I was just doing the live streams when I could do them. Is that floating? Which way is that? Yes, it is. So yeah, we'll figure it out, and then obviously carry on with more of the research type stuff where we can, because it's just a nice relaxing hour, isn't it? Oh, it's the stairs. This must be the posty bit. Me. Okay. And that's the back. So does it bugger off into water on the inside then, does it? I see. Yeah, this is definitely the posty bit. Definitely the posty bit. I do like that red. Yeah, Brookfield's like retired. That's it. Well, that's it. I will do what I can with regards to the lives. I enjoy doing them, and as long as I don't bore you guys, then obviously that's helpful. But like I said, with regards to my build, like this building stuff, I'll do the building live streams and then still do like the research. So like when there's new sets and things out, for example, that will be done as a short video like I've been doing, and then it'll be a live stream for an hour in the evening when we go over those as a separate bit to the build. So that'll always keep happening. So yeah, it should be fine. I'm dribbling again with this, because where is that supposed to go? That's not on anything, that piece. If you look, there's no studs. 19 to 20, there's no studs at all. 21, does it get pinned down? No, it does. See, more different techniques. They're pinning things down in completely different ways. I just got to trust the process. That's the easiest way of doing the Ninjago sets. That is... So yeah, pins... Where does that go? Is it this flower? I think it's... No, it's not the flower. Is it the flower? Yes, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. Bugger. Pass. We'll figure that out as we go. I do not understand where that is. I think we're there. I think that's in the right place. We'll carry on. We'll make it up as we go along. I'll just be like, yeah, everything's fine, and I'll just take it apart on when I'm not doing the stream, and then be like, oh God, I've got to do it all again. It's all in the wrong place. I haven't done that yet, by the way. I just like to be honest. I haven't actually not repaired anything off a live stream. I have kind of got it there or thereabouts right. Apart from that, the cable cart that just keep falling apart, and then I realised what I had done wrong. I had no choice but to fix that off the live, otherwise I would never have been able to have done it properly. Three, 4. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to want to get the Ejitsu set after building this postman section. I'm like, oh, I really want that Ejitsu. Right, let's go back through. We love a good moan, says 321 in the UK. Absolutely. Well, that's true, Sean. The Lego store workers are living the dream. You know, they get there, and the day will go really quickly because it's busy, and it's absolutely fine. But for as long as everything's good, that's all that matters. You've got some sets that you can build and you can carry on, so it's all good. It's all good. They'll put the age up to 50 to 80 by then. Yeah, that's true. It's a very good possibility. Main thing is you've got bits and pieces to build, have a bit of fun with. You've got enough bricks to be making a full-size bed out of it all, I think. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? You didn't remind me about that bit. There we go. Okay. I've now just covered it, so it can't come. What is that there for? Oh, it must be that's very, very, very strange. I have no idea what that bit's there for at all, but now you can see it's just getting completely boxed over. It'll all make sense, but I can't figure it out as we go through. But we are flying with this bag here, so this is not too bad at all to put together. He says, I've just fluffed it, then I take that whole statement back. Don't think I have. I think we might be all right. Yes, I think we're okay. We're all right so far. Lots and lots and lots of detail going in. There's another one. So yeah, got a lot of these different petal elements and all the other little bits and pieces going in. What is that? You've got a feature of something. We have a thing. It's obviously it's an Easter egg reference, and it's bugging me. I can't figure out what it's for. Oh, what's that going to be from? Or has it not been shown yet? That's the thing. Has it not been shown, or has it been shown? We've got 2 more of those to make up. So Brickford, have you banned yourself from buying more sets until you built all of your things, or are you just going to wait and then buy some more stuff later? Because who put you on the ban? Did the DPD driver put you on the ban with how many sets were on the way? So many little detail pieces. It's mad. Right. Well, we know I've fluffed it because there's 1 piece left. Come on. Where's this going? Mo. There. Found it. I found it. Right, there we go. Magic. So that is ready for bag 12. Magic stuff. Magic stuff. Right, bag number 12. Oh, I'm going to have my 10p chocolate piece, which is probably frozen. No, it has. We have warmed up to we've warmed up to double digits now. We are in 10 degrees. Yeah, that's good. And my laptop's just popped up with a snow warning. So you jinx that, Sean. You've done me dirty on that one. Make that worse. But I could see something squeaky on there. No, that matters. There we go. There we go. Right. Let's have 2 seconds off building this. What have they added? Or have they added anything? Because this is unusual from the Lego group. Because they normally would have done it by now. So are we going to get a handful of stuff on Monday, Tuesday? There's Stranger Things on back order till 60 days still, I think. Yes, because all the city stuff's come back in stock, like the snowplow and all that kind of thing. That's all back in now. That didn't take long. That was only a few days. Oh yeah, if there's anything we think that's going to be coming, then we'll have to. Oh, well, I haven't shown you this, have I? So this is bag 11. You can see it's layers upon layers upon layers of stuff, and that's obviously just one room. So that's very, 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 very nice. So yeah, more of that, please. This is going to look lovely, hopefully. He says it might look dreadful. Who knows? Hopefully, it'll be okay. Well, that's true. So what? So come on, Brickford. That's what's in your shame pile then. What have you got? It's not a. It's a filth pile, really. It's a pile of shame. It's not a backlog. It's a shame pile because the filthy shame of you all. Well, because Jay has pure filth in his backlog as well. I know a lot of you also do because you've got the Orient Expresses, the Harry Potter trains, you've got all sorts of different bits and pieces. Whereas I'd like to make this very, very clear to everybody. This year already, I have finished one set. I am going to be getting a 4,851 piece set done while eating that's my last one. My last chocolate coin. And then I've got the Bricksmith to build. And then guess what? I've run out of sets again. Well, that is tasty. Nice, okay. Then layering upon layering. They are making use of these little petals. And step 31 is the same technique that they did on the that Bricklink Winter Chalet, where you could see through the gap both ways. So they've I wonder if they're going to carry on with that. Clearly not. They're going to completely block it off, but it's very what are they using those parts for when you're not actually going to see them? That's an unusual use of bits. I wonder if it's just because it's cheaper to produce and they're just giving us petals, because there's quite a few of these petals that aren't going to be seen. Normally you just add them onto the flowers, don't you? You don't really tend to get them on the other little bits and bobs. Yeah, well, the problem is if you want the bigger stuff, it will. So that is the issue, because because of course, if I spin this round, I don't know what you can see, and I can't see either, but if I spin this round, you have got the Batman artwork, then you've got the two big ones, and then you've got those in the corner. So you can't really see the ones in the corner, but you can see the crane, and then in the middle, over that white book that's in the way, is actually the Ninjago minifigure character. But if you look closely, the one that I built up in the last live stream, it was the green thing with the ears. That green thing in the ears is in that picture, but it's just a lot smaller than the other one. So you can see how high those two are. And then past the Ninjago boat on that way, you've got the docks behind it as well. So it's seven base plates of space just for that. So yes, I apologize in advance for what's going to happen, because I'm going to be showing off all these Ninjago stuff, knowing full well that none of you were interested in Ninjago to start with. And then you might be thinking, oh, actually. So it's happened with Shibo. Shibo, he's already picked up one of the sets already. The minifigures are fantastic as well. And the builds are great. So yeah, good luck to you. Yeah, good luck. So right, to carry on with where have you started? Where are you up to? Let me know. What did you start with? Did you go all the way to the beginning? I'm rewatching the Rising Dragon series again. I've just started to watch that for the second time, and once I finish that, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning again, because it is very, very, very good. So I've started watching the show. Oh, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Yeah, you got in for Masters of Spinjitzu, yeah. Yeah. So what series are you on? What one? Or what episode are you on? Do you know? That's done. I've done that bit. So that's 33 is done. So we're on to number 34. Yeah, it's I don't know. Well, it should just be. It's just series 1 all the way through. So you should have started off with a pilot episode, which is the obviously the set that's just been released, the blacksmith, and then it should just go through on there. Yeah, so each episode is about 25 minutes. That's right. ITVX, it's because the Masters of Spinjitzu is slightly longer. So the Rising Dragons is about 20 minutes per episode, whereas the other ones are slightly longer. I know you can watch them on YouTube, but yeah, they're on ITVX as well. And on ITVX, you literally just go season 1 and you just hit play, and then it just remembers where you are and you can just carry on. And then obviously you've got all of the others to go through. But yeah, if you've done what Shibo's done, and you've already seen the Kai with the blacksmith, and I don't know if you've met Lloyd yet, who's Garmadon's son, because there's some because the amazing thing is with the Spinjitzu stuff, what it will make you want to do is look out for the Ninjago magazine, because the Ninjago magazine every few weeks just gives you these random villainous characters from the show, and it's just like, oh, he'll be handy. Yeah, you'll do. That'd be good. And yeah, it sort of just goes from there. So it's always good fun when they do things like that. What isn't good fun is I have put this on completely the wrong way, I think. I have, yeah. Which way is this supposed to go? So that's top, that's bottom. Right, so that goes like that. And that goes over like that. That connects those two together. Lovely. And yeah, we are back in the game. Brilliant. And then we have the long length in. That makes sense. That's now clipping together. And then we've got another flower. Yeah, just maybe stick to just you could just go for the 15th anniversary and leave it and just go for nothing else because it covers the best of the best for the last 15 years. And you could just be like, yep, that's my representation into Ninjago. You got in it at the right time. I think the 15th anniversary stuff might do that to people just because they have done these much more detailed looking sets. But I was looking at some just like other random stuff that they've done in the past. I'm like, good grief, they are so expensive. Because I said the other day, that's where the legacy line came from. So the legacy line is a redo of the Masters of Spinjitzu because the Masters of Spinjitzu sets are really expensive. So then they redid them, and now they've got the Rising Dragon. They've got two lines running. So you've got the Rising Dragon stuff, which is obviously the new TV show, but the 15th anniversary stuff is obviously come out under the Legacy range. So they're still going to be releasing a full wave of Series 4 for all of the Dragony bits this year as well. So it's a bit of a double whammy for the Ninjago collectors this year. And then the legacy line will carry on because they'll just keep doing. They won't do obviously the 15th anniversary stuff, but they will carry on with the legacy line because the legacy is the Spinjitzu. So in case people are getting a little bit confused, the TV show is called Masters of Spinjitzu, but the actual sets are based on that show, but they renamed them all to Legacy because, like I said, they just redid it. And then I think there is like a Legacy reboot, I think is what they ended up doing as well. So yeah, it's a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope. But the amazing thing is obviously the original show is obviously older now, so how they've done the CGI and all that sort of stuff, and it improves as it goes. But then the second they did the Rising Dragons, like, good grief, it's so much more modern. But yeah, I'm not here to influence anybody, but if you need any advice about that kind of thing, then let us know. But the temple, like the temples are really expensive, so you just want to avoid those. It just depends if you like the mechs and things, which luckily I'm not. I don't really. I'd like them, like I said, but they're not a theme parky thing, so I can get away with the mechs. Apart from the 15th anniversary one, which I can just have the one and have it as a photo shoot. Yeah, it's a cool thing. But it's a big line. Like I said the other day, when they when you got all the hotel rooms for it in the Legoland parks and everything else, it's really is a big old thing. What am I doing? Where is that bit? There's the stairs. That's what I'm looking for. So that bit is correct. There is this. Right, okay. That bit goes down there, and there's a white bit goes behind it. That now lines it all up. I see. And then that's the bit I missed on the outer skin. Now we got these two bits. Right. We're getting there. What is Sean? Sean's speaking to encode, is he? The wizard. Are you doing? Have you opened up Harry Potter? Is that another Harry Potter set you opened up, or you tucking into a Lord of the Rings? Have you bought yourself something, or are you currently struggling with what to eat? Not 100% sure. That could mean a few different things, Sean. That could. That could mean, unless it means I'm influencing people, and it's the Ninjago master who is Wu. The one that has got all wise knowledge definitely is not me. That is for sure. But I'll happily help you all across your Ninjago journey. Not a problem whatsoever. Like I said, I'll be binge watching the Rising Dragons again, and then I'll be starting straight off in the first season of that, because there's nothing on telly, is there? There never is, so I can just tuck into that. And once you've watched everything twice, you'll be good. Oh, he's rebuilding. He's on the rebuild. He's not even he's not opening anything new. So he's decided against the Disney castle, and he is tucking in. So where's this going to be going then? Is it damaged, or is it just been in storage and you're sort of just putting on a couple of the pieces? Or is it a full-blown, did you strip it down completely and you're sort of redoing everything again from scratch? 46, 47. There it is. There it is. Even hardly any pieces on the table. It's still difficult to find because it's a lot of white on a white table. And that is not correct. No, it is correct. So yeah, the problem I found with the Ninjago stuff is that I started to Google all of the sets. Like, oh, I really like that character, I really like that character. Like, I just can't do that because it is going to be too expensive. So that's why I'm sort of going from the Rising Dragons, and I've just got the bigger ones. But like I said, if you want some of the characters, just keep your eyes peeled for the magazine, because they've just done Frack and somebody else who's like a really cool snake character. They're what, $6.99? And there is a Ninjago Special Edition magazine out at the moment as well, where you get 4 minifigures for £8 in 2 separate tins. So if you just wanted to beef up the minifigure aspect of stuff, can't really go wrong with that either. So even the tins are good value. There we go. I am honestly having a nightmare figuring out. That's it. We're on it now. We're on it. We're okay. We are okay. Ultrabrick says the Ninjago magazines always like they have great figures. Yeah, they are. Well, they are. The magazines are good. I mean, I don't really tend to. I literally just skip through the magazines, which is stupid. I used to have a tripod set up and turn the pages for the magazines and read them to everybody. I thought nobody watches it, so I'm not going to bother. So I stopped. I was like, this is just silly. But you know, the magazine, because the magazines, they don't get them in America. So that's something that they don't get them. So they're just like a European type thing. But again, with Marvel, they do the magazines with Marvel, so you can get some nice bits and pieces of that there. You don't get as much with the Marvel stuff, and they're more expensive, of course they are. But no, the Ninjago ones always seem to be good value. Jurassic Park ones aren't too bad if you're building up you need some like little dinosaurs and things. They've always seemed to got some nice go-to bits. But no, it seems to be the magazines are one of the better places to go for the figures that are harder to get. So dismantled and tucked away in storage while the Winter Village was out in Splint. Ah, there we go. So he's now on full-blown rebuild mode. Because if I was to move this box behind me, I have got the upside down house ready to be repaired, and I've got the haunted house ready to be repaired, because that is my backup plan when I run out of these Ninjago sets, and I'm in between the waves, because I've got quite a lot of stuff to repair, so I will be repairing them. I've got the pieces. I've got some of the pieces on the table. I don't know how much I'm going to strip down before I try to beef it all back up. But no, I've got the upside down house, which is just in more pieces than what it deserves to be. By the time I actually get to that, I'll probably end up then wanting the Creel house and just think, oh, it's in a sale, so go from there. But yeah, it's definitely the perfect scale to the upside down house. And now people have seen the size of the Creel house, you've got to realize how expensive the upside down house is, because it's nowhere near as big as what people think it is. So, you know, when you see these sets going for 600-700 quid, which is madness, you've got a Ghostbuster Firehouse, which is quite literally 10 times the size cheaper. You just think, what are people willing to spend money on? It's mad. Absolutely mental. Every one of you are nuts. I'm blaming you all. Oh no, I was waiting for that. So, so Sean has got his dragon. I'll share it with everybody in a second. Oh, talking of shrine, is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, I wonder if that's. Is that an Easter? Is that an Easter? Is that? It can't be Zane's Easter egg. Well, it could be. I don't know. I don't know. So I didn't bother because I didn't think I needed it at the time. Let's go through a quick bit of shopping just to have a quick breather. So top left, completed that. I've got that one, so that's absolutely fine. Next one on the left is the mech. That's not out until March. The one on the right-hand side I've picked up. So that's 3 15th anniversary stuff. Obviously, that's out of stock. And then I've literally completed this one. The Ark Dragon, which happens to be the Dragon of Life, that is currently in Smith's. And the other Ark Dragon that it's replacing is £20 cheaper. So tactically, you're best off waiting until that one drops down in price. Now, the one thing that I look at more and more and like more and more is this bounty. I prefer it over the first one. So I think you guys might have to you might have to help me with this. So this is the bounty from series 3. Now, what they do with these bounties, they're in it for one series and they explode, and then magically another one turns up. Hence why they can carry on making the Lego sets. Very, very, very cheeky. But they always have different types. Normally they fly in the sky and then go into the water like this. They have done Hydra ones and other little bits and pieces like that in the past. But this one is the current one, and it's got obviously all the little bits and pieces in. But this is also in a sale at Smith's at the moment, but I think this is also retiring halfway through the year, which means there'll be another one coming out. There'll be another one coming out either in 2027, or we're going to see a new bounty in series 4. But I can't quite visualize how another bounty is going to turn up in series 4, where I'm not no spoilers or anything, but they're not basically where they should be. That's how end of series 3 is finished. And they're not together either. So it's but I do like this one. I just like how it looks. It looks a lot more rugged and dark, and it looks very similar to the movie, like with the darker brown, and it's got the dragon on the front, and that's got the dual dragon face, and it's got the same configuration for the scales. It's just very, very similar to that. So it looks like it's a nice larger scale. The Fire Mech and these two are from something different. This is from the Legacy range, which is a 14-minute short film on the Lego YouTube channel. And it is 3 short films put together, all in black and white. And then it pops of color. It's a bit like the 18+ cartoon for the Turtles. So be very careful if you're going to watch that, because that's one of those things. That's the a Master Dragon that I would like, because that will go with Thunderfang. Thunderfang should be on the next page, which is there. So there's Thunderfang. He'll go in the middle, because that's what the roller coaster is going to be themed to. There's the other Ark Dragon. So that's a Dragon of Focus. That's in Smith's, but £20 cheaper. Don't forget they're 2 base plates wide, mind the wingspan on some of these things. They are big. Then there's the Temple Tournament City, and these two actually do go together because you've got to go up the waterfall to get to the temple. So the temple should be higher than the Dragon Stone, and this is the set that is available. But I think deep down, Sean's going to tuck into this set. I reckon you're going to keep it, Sean. I think it's one of those that you will end up going, oh, I really like that. But yeah, the minifigures are great in it. You have got Wu as a spirit. And again, you've got all sorts of bits and pieces where they're looking for this. It tells quite a big story actually with this one. But yeah, it's a nice thing. And it's obviously Sean knows himself how detailed that thing actually is. Of course, the one beside it is the temple, which is also retiring at the same time as the bounty, and the bounty would basically park by that tournament because it's from the guy that gifted the ninjas is the owner of that tournament. But if I go for the bounty, you had one from series 1, so you can see the two that are side by side. I own this one, and that's the one I like. So you can see how they're very similar in shape. But they've done all of these bounties as well. So they've done like the Hydro, which is, again, loads of figures included within this one. They did a smaller Flight of Destiny. They did another one. The Race Against Time is the first bounty from Series 4. But this one, I didn't mind. But it's just... the only thing that I like about this more than anything else is I need the baby dragon. That's basically it. I need Ryu. I need Ryu as baby form. So that's the reason why I wanted that set. And you can see again, it's 1,700 pieces. So they're not the smallest of things to put together. But personally, I think the current one is nicer than this because this just looks like it could be from anything. Whereas the current bounty, which is this one, you kind of get the gist of it's a massive dragon with all the writing on. So can you see what I mean about the two? So which do you prefer? Do you prefer this one? I'll leave that on the screen just for a second. Or do you prefer the Race Against Time, which is the one underneath, which is this one? Okay, it's from the Rising Dragon. It's from the same TV show. But yeah, because that's a 9 plus 1,700, and this one is a 14 plus 2,387. So yeah, let us know. But personally, I think this is the one. But also, I've got to think of, do I actually need it? Because I have the movie one. And the problem is what is the next one going to look like? Because is the next one going to be just as nice as this, or are they going to keep this for a while? Because it hasn't exploded yet. So we might get 2 seasons out of this, which would be nice. Help. I just need your help, really. UC says that one retires, I believe. Yeah, so going for that bounty, I do believe it does retire. There's a few on the retiring list. There's a little roof. Just bend that over for 58. Oh, that's it. So bag 13. We'll crack on with bag 13 then. Well, you say that, but it's just how I'm making my display, Sean. Because do I need it, or do I want it? Yeah, that's very true. But I have, like I said, I've got the movie one, and it's just there. I didn't get a bounty. I got a bounty from the movie, and I don't have the bounty from the Spinjitzu. So I could get away with not having a bounty from the Rising Dragon. But as you can see with all of the other bounties that they've done in the past, very, very hit and miss with regards to price ranges as well. So you can see you've got much smaller ones. You've got just much, much more play scaly ones because obviously they're trying to attract the similar I say similar piece count, 1,000, 2,000, 1,700. So again, they're all over the place. But then they did a land bounty, so that'd be no interest to me at all. So I don't know what they would consider doing next. But yeah, I don't know. It looks to me that's one of the best bounties they've done in a long time, personally. But who knows? Who knows? We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, they're all in a sale at Smith's at the moment. We should be back. There we go. We're back. That's right. Always want. I know. It's always. I always have a battle with myself all the time. Like, can I justify it? I am just focusing on this though, so it's not suddenly go off and then come back with Arkham as well or anything. It's very much a case of I a bit like the Winter Village. I'll stick to that. I'll get it to a point of where I'm happy with it, and then just sort of plod on, because I quite like having different displays to other people. I try not to copy other people when it comes to that kind of thing. But also I do like obviously some of the bits and pieces. What annoys me a little bit is when some people say, for example, get the set early and they're just reading off a bit of paper. And that Thunderfang, for example, when Thunderfang first came out, they didn't make out how important that character was at all. He was in the first series for minutes. It's not until series 3 where you just think he's just a very, very vicious character, and you could make up a really nice display with it. And it tells a story. But I've got plenty of bits and pieces to keep me going at the moment. But my backlog seems to be nowhere near as bad as anybody else's I'd like to make out. It's nowhere near as bad as Sean's. It's nowhere near as bad as 321. It's nowhere near as bad as Ultra Bricks. So Ultra Bricks says I normally grab the Marvel and Star Wars magazines. Yeah. So yeah, they're again for minifigures they are good. But yeah, I saw it yesterday, the new Ninjago magazine, and you got four figures with it, same price, but they were the Legacy, I think, or would they no. I think they were Rising Dragon because it was electric. It was Jay in a different outfit. I think. Ultra Brick says I have an obscene backlog. Well, I don't feel as bad. To be fair, I don't feel as bad. Yeah. So I know some of you guys and girls backlogs are outrageously unhealthy, I think is the professional way of saying it, but I would just call it pure filth with regards to what I'm trying to think of you guys have as a backlog. Pure filth. So, but it's always nice just to be able to whack open a box, isn't it, and just be like, yeah, I'm going to build this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and have a bit of fun with it all. Always want. Yeah, I know. I want that, but do I need it? Oh, I don't know. In all fairness, I was very restrained at the Lego store because we went into Smith's and I could have just, don't know how, but could have just gone, oh, I'll get this. It's like, no. Fair enough, Ultra Bricks. It's just not worth taking it apart and redoing it again. I mean, you could try and glue it all together and then it wouldn't break. Or, if you've got a Rivendell to build, you could always try and stick it to the roof and just hope for the best. That'll be a good video. You could stream that as you're driving about. Will this hold on? Yes, just one of those, isn't it? Of when do you build your sets up? Because the problem I've got up here, it's biblically cold now, and then I melt in the summer because it's like a greenhouse basically. So that's how it works. That's how this setup works up here. So yeah, fresh and hot, nothing in between. It warms up a little bit, and then it just gets to the point of where the fans on the laptop sound like they're going to explode, whereas they're just like probably freezing the chips on the inside of this at the moment, probably wondering why is it even up here. Well, that is still a bit wiggly wonkly. Now look, see, I'm hoping it's all going to come round. I can see Lord of the Rings is starting to get caught up. So, yeah, getting caught up by D&D. Oh, D&D starting to get some love now. Yeah, Lord of the Rings started strong, but everything's starting to catch it. So yeah, we are 66, 67 is where we're going to. How long have we been on for? 3 hours. I'll probably finish this bag. So we'll finish bag 13, and then we'll see where we're at. Because I don't 100% sure if I do another hour later on, not build, but just research, or wait until tomorrow. I'm assuming all of you lot are going to start eating your tea soon. Which I was very jealous of still last night. Sausage and mash and Indian and everything else. Shocking behaviour. I think that's actually a flight of steps I'm making. Ah. Nice. Yeah, I've still got plenty of overhang bits and pieces. Does anybody? That's a good thing. Not to bring up old wounds, but has anybody regret not picking up any of the sets that have gone? So, like the lighthouse, for example, or anything like that. Is anybody sort of sat back now thinking, "Oh, probably like that"? You know, I guess obviously it depends on how you display your stuff or how what builds that you enjoy. I know some people just buy the stuff to build it and then they just sell it, don't they? They just enjoy the building process of it all. It's just something to do. Because I know a lot of people don't have the space for the display aspect of stuff. But is there anything that you're kind of thinking to yourself, "Oh, kind of wish I picked that up"? Let me get that out the way because the poll is in the way. Yeah. So if there's anything that you're all thinking of, like any set that was on the retiring list, there must be something. I know one or two of you wanted the train that obviously was unlucky because that would bring back haunted memories for people. I don't mean to bring back any haunted memories at all. Obviously, because I still don't know if the opportunity was there, would I have got the Razor Quest or not? Now we'll never know that question because it never happened, did it? We were all there and it never arrived. It completely sold out ages ago. And that was thanks to everybody finding everything out from everybody else. But I don't know if I would have got that or not. And if I had the opportunity, I don't know if that would be my sort of, I probably should have picked that up. Whereas I had the opportunity plenty of times. I just never did. But as it stands at the moment, I still wouldn't really be able to display it healthily. It might change. It might change, but no, I don't think I could have done that. I'm trying to rattle in my head. The lighthouse I would have liked, but I would have just liked it. I wouldn't have. I would have struggled with the ceiling height. It would have been one of those sets where, yeah, I really, really like the look of the set, but at the same time, like, yeah, it's just a bit of an awkward one. So, yeah, I don't know. There must be something in the background. So what have we got? We got people saying it now. So Ultrabrick said, UC said, I just sold the lighthouse last week. Kind of wish I got the Ninjago markets as it was such a good price. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that was a fun build, wasn't it? Put all that together with you lot, and that's another. Well, I didn't actually realise, which is a bit silly, that Ninjago market it's officially in the top 10 biggest Lego sets, but now they call it the top 11 with the Death Slice, don't they? So Old Bricks grabbed the lighthouse but missed the Orient Express. Yeah, I got the train. I'm glad I got the train because I'm going to utilise it for Christmas, and it's just going to be part of the display up here. But yeah, for the lighthouse, I don't think I could have utilised it either. I don't think. So yeah, not too. I don't think I missed it up. I would have, because I got the Ninjago markets ages ago, and I didn't want to miss out on it, and I just knew that because I think my biggest mistake, not a regret, but mistake, was waiting so long to get it. Because I got the workshop first and just didn't get the markets. But I got the markets on double points. All right, I'll do one more and then we'll finish. What is it? 13. What time are we? Yeah, fair enough. So this will probably take us up to about 6 o'clock, I would imagine. And then we'll throw in the towel at around 6. We got to take it up to about 4 hours, yeah. So there or thereabouts. We got 3.5 hour one. But this is bag 14, so that's not too bad. But Ultrabrick says, grab the lighthouse with Missy Orient Express. 321. Sold the lighthouse last week. Yeah, so it is, because I haven't checked, and I don't mean to be horrible, but has the Ninjago markets suddenly gone up? Because I don't know if the gardens have, because the Ninjago Gardens is a fantastic set. So yeah, I don't know what went up on that one. I really don't know what the prices are. I'm assuming that the Razor Quest would have gone up. And don't forget, for the Razor Quest, it was still easily available at John Lewis for ages, wasn't it? And then that just disappeared. But I'm sure there's always a niggle every year where people go, oh, I wish I got this, or maybe prioritized another set over another set or something like that. So, yeah. We never learn, though, do we? We never learn from mistakes. We just want, or need, whatever it is that you want to try and justify it for yourself. But because that's the thing with when you start making I think the problem is when you start making displays up in the sets, that's when you start going, oh, I want to try and backtrack this because I think that goes with this, and that's where it starts getting a little bit deadly. Like the Winter Village stuff, where I think a lot of us are guilty now and especially Sean, because Sean's winter village probably quadrupled in size in about a week. Because you just go, oh, I like that. Oh, that looks really nice. Or that look nice with this. Or they don't make this anymore, but I want this. Or now, and then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, you want stuff that you can't get anymore. And that's why I'm trying to be strong for this Spinjitzu set, because I'm just waiting for one to turn up at a half decent price. But also, I run the risk of it just getting more and more expensive, because that set now is so old. But you're now paying, because I think it's less pieces than the current temple. I need to actually see what size it is. I could have just been kidding myself, and I thought it was a lot smaller than what it is. But I think it's under 2,000 pieces. So for what it actually is now, what size it will be, you're paying the same price as the Ninjago markets. And that's where you start going, ooh, is it really worth that or not? So yeah, the answer to that question is I don't know. I'm sure we'll soon find out, because it's on my list to try to achieve this year. This year is the year that I am trying to get a nice display together for this. And then everything else will just sort of fall into place over a period of time. Hey, another sticker. Considering there's so many stickers, I'm not putting them on rapid pace, am I, like the Death Star? So we got Wildfire and the brother and sister on this one. I'm not 100% sure if that is a wanted poster. It could well be. It could well be. I think a lot of you like the One Piece. You like all the One Piece Lego sets? Is anybody actually going to get any of them? That's one of the things, isn't it? It's like, do you go all in on the One Piece stuff, or do you just sort of go, no, I'm going to do my best and not get it? Oh, I know who that figure is. Number 13. On the back. Let's have a look. Catch back up with the chat. So what we're saying, the sets I really want, I always prioritize. The ones I miss are more deal type opportunities. Yeah, that makes sense. Welcome back, Mark. Hopefully you are good and you're staying warm, as the temperature seems to be getting colder and colder. Apparently it's 0 degrees now. Is that correct? Is it freezing, very cold this evening? Because my face is telling me it is. Ooh. I'm gonna have to start to igloo, I think. This is the detail that we've got. So there we go. Hey, pumpkin. So yeah, that's looking nice. You're gonna be my hot water bottle. You're gonna come up onto here. Or you're gonna go back into your box. What are you gonna do? What are you doing? Where you been? You're warm. It was snowing. Where? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot of places around the country where it's snowing. It's just not hit this way yet. So you can come up and keep me warm and say hello to everybody. Because you are like a teddy bear. So stay here for a second, would you? I'm going to steal your heat. Oh, I know. It's an early start for a lot of people, isn't it, tomorrow? That was a claw. That was unnecessary. I've got the restaurant. I've got secondhand. We'll be selling it in a week or so. So just rebagging and checking all the pieces there. Got all the figures with it. What's your price on that one? Sell the dream. We'll see if anybody wants it in the stream. All right, let's get this back up and on. I wonder if I can keep some heat in on my head doing this. Where have you gone? Oh, you're in front of me now, are you? Right, you're in front. Right, so we just added in the wall. So that's that looks nice. And now it's giving me a warning picture. Is the wall supposed to come out? Oh, what a cool feature. The hell does that work? So you push in the shrine bit and it knocks the wall out. So that piece that I said was floating, there you go. It's like it serves a purpose. Very, very, very clever. Got to remember that's there though, because when I do the review on this, which will be next week probably, I'll forget that's there and I'll forget to push that in. That was a cool little feature. And that goes up on there. Oh, that's it. Some people go back on Monday, some people go back on Tuesday. So you got to make the most of your time. That's it. You got to make the most of your time. As long as you can build as much Lego as you can, that's all that matters, isn't it? I can now see my own breath as well. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, you should. I need something. I mean, in all fairness, though, it is dropping quickly, isn't it? Oh, yeah. It's cold. Going by this thing, it's fresh. Oh, but this is working a treat. I feel a little bit warmer with this on. I'll get too hot in a second, and I'll plonk it back off. But no, it's going to be a fresh night. I feel. But again, you can see all of the detail that they are packing in on this. And good evening to you, Tim. Hopefully you are okay. Yeah, it's rather fresh up here. So we are on the thermostat. We are dropping close to 9 degrees again now. So starting to cool down a little bit. Just need to build a little bit quicker so I get sense of feeling back in my fingers. That'd be ideal. Yeah, if anybody else is thinking of any sets that they have, and I suppose it's not even in 25, just like in the history. Like, is there anything that you've gone, oh, I knew it was retiring, but no, I don't think so. And then you think, oh, actually, I should have done. I've done that once or twice with, I've gone to myself, no, I can just leave that because I'm not going to make a display up with it or whatever else. And then all of a sudden, an opportunity will arise. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could have, it's more of it would have been nice to have been it would have been nice to have had, like for example the Transylvania set. When that first came out, I looked at it and it was like I got nowhere it can go, so it's just a point blank no from me. But the set looks really nice, and now it could have easily have gone in the horror section in the corner right by the haunted house, and that would have been a really nice build. But that's past because I'm not paying secondhand prices for those sets, especially when there's so many of them. So I don't think that can just leave that, because that's where everybody got caught out, and I found it quite funny. Everybody was buying these things knowing full well that they're just trying to buy multiple ones, thinking that they were going to be limited, and they didn't limit them, did they? So some people are going to be stuck with them because everybody got loads. So the market at the moment is swamped of them. Some of them are dropping in price and they're getting close to like the original price they came out. And if it came back down to the original price it came out, then I might consider maybe getting something, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure with it. Yeah, well, it could be. It depends on how heavy it gets, but you'll soon find out. So you just have to hope that you get a load of snow your way tomorrow. It is due, and it has obviously happened as well. The snow has happened, and it is happening. But this is always the week. It snowed this time last year. It was snowy this time last year. In fact, it snowed on the Monday. A year ago tomorrow, it snowed, and then it was flooding, and then it was just really bad weather this way. Like this weekend last year, it was really, really bad. It does settle quick enough, like calm down. But for a couple of days, it might be a bit chaotic because people just can't get to grips with it, can they? But no, the temperature is colder now than what it was yesterday. So it all depends on what happens when it starts to warm back up again. And we won't know until tomorrow. But you can still see all the detail that they're putting in on this roof. So yeah, visually it is. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Well, you're not going, are you, Mark? Because it's Sunday today, so you've got tomorrow off. So if you're not going back till Tuesday, so you're all right. So it's okay. I'm hoping to see that's it. So Sean wants to try and find and secure the Bricklink Art Chocolate. Fingers crossed. Ultra Brick said I missed a few Bricklink scents. I'm not sure if I'll grab them or not. Yeah. So some of the older 25th. Where is it? 25th. So the 2021 Invitational. If I was paying attention then, because the problem is I was so busy over COVID time that I wasn't paying attention to the Bricklink projects. I would have got quite a few of those. But to backtrack them, it's just too much money. So it's just not going to happen. The Art of Chocolate does pop up from time to time at a very good price point. It's just being online when it happens. So yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Like, when do you do it? Where do you get it from? When? And everybody that's got the Bricklink scents know the value of them because they're obviously collectors. So it's just you need to find somebody that's literally doing a bulk sale, or they just have built it and they don't want it anymore. That's the key. That's the key time to get it potentially. But no, I got the Winter Chalet. I was really happy with that, with what the price of that was. That wasn't too bad at all. So yeah, I was really, really happy with that. But that was an amazing build as well. That's the thing. It's one of those. If you know it's going to be an amazing build, you kind of go, all right, okay, and you just sort of bite the bullet. But when you're unsure about some of these things, you just don't know, do you? And there's certain ones where you sort of look at it and go, the size of it, the scale of it, everything's just not worth the money. But it's a nice looking. It's just a nice set. But that's the nice thing about some of the Ninjago things. They don't hold their value that much. Not like the dragon. The dragon's still expensive, don't get me wrong, but they don't go up in value anywhere near as a lot of the other sets just because there's so many of them. Whereas the much bigger stuff, biblically expensive. So, but it's worth money up to a certain price point. Anything after double, you just think not a chance. Because that's the basic rule of thumb, isn't it? It's like a lot of the sets are going to double in price because they've retired. They'd be willing to pay times and a half or no more than double, then fair enough. But like the Ghostbuster Firehouse, that's a fantastic set. But now it's nowhere near worth the asking price of what people are asking for it because it's dated a little bit. Yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. As long as you guys and girls are happy, that's all that matters. And that is a very, very nice tree. And I am missing this. You didn't let me know that was on the table. I didn't even see it because it was underneath a leaf. Where's the white bit of this? No, 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 no. Yes. No. Huh. Oh, is it there at the front? It's got to be. It's just got to be there. Oh, I built all of that up as well. What a sausage. Not gone well. Not gone well. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're good. Didn't want to do that. Not gone well. What a pillar. There we go. Happy days. Back in the game. It's annoying. Yeah, that's it. So with the firehouse, it is talked about a lot, isn't it? Yeah, so for the up and coming Bricklink sets for me, it's October next year for the fishing bit because that'll go perfectly with the Jaws set and the Harbour Master. But then that's not coming out until 28. So apart from that, there's nothing for me. Mark says, love Ninjago, but I haven't seen all of the seasons. I've only seen Ninjago. Well, you can't go wrong with Rising Dragon. That's fantastic. Where whatever you're watching Rising Dragons on, I'm assuming it'd be like ITVX or something. You can see the Masters of Spinjitzu, where it just starts all the way from the beginning, and then you learn how the ninja become the ninja. So, well, that's it, Tim. Everybody does talk about the firehouse, but it does. It's just I just find it weird. With all of the other films that they've done, they never wanted to dip back into it. They've kind of just left it there and it's done. Yeah, see the same for me. The fishing one for me from Bricklink, that's obviously end of this year to go with the Harbour Master, and I got the Harbour Master to go with Jaws from a theme park perspective because the Harbour Master is the thing that you literally have the restaurant by in Florida. So I was like, yeah, that works perfectly from a theme park perspective. I'll do that. Not a bother. And then and it has the lighthouse in. I didn't feel too bad not getting the lighthouse. That set made me not get the lighthouse basically. But no, if you're enjoying the Rising Dragon stuff, Mark, that's the main thing. The sets are nice from the new Rising Dragon show. This is apparently what I'm building now is going to be shown, or a variation of it is going to be shown in series 4 of Rising Dragon, which is coming out later on in the month, isn't it? Oh, well, I can't stop there. I've got my postman. I've been wanting to build this postman up for years. Yeah, see, that's the stuff where the price really isn't worth it, is it? So you've got like the Ewok Village now is so expensive, and it is almost Well, it's not dated because I saw it for the very, very first time built year before last, and I was amazed actually by how nice it was. But then the price of it, because obviously if you're trying to get something new and sealed, if you're that way of getting stuff, for me, I don't mind at all having secondhand bits and pieces. But yeah, if you're getting new and sealed, it's so expensive. Oh, look at him, the postie. Happy days. Oh, he's even got a purple chin. I never realised that. He's got is it too dark? Is it two-tone dark grey or a bit of purple? Might be a bit of both. But a nice bit of print on his chin. He's got to put his backpack on. Oh. I'll build this character up and then I'll show you what this is starting to look like at the moment. Oh, is that's gone flying? It's not a good start, is it? No. Got it. We're okay. There we are. Hey. Because that is literally a like for like of the Binjitsu. No, Air Jitsu, sorry. So this is fresh. What this is looking like. So that's all the detailing in on that set. So you've got all the bits and pieces in there. So again, it's not looking too bad. A new version would be like a Ewok Village. Yeah, see if you can find that. Just give me a quick look for the Ed's getting hot now. Ed and ears are getting toasty. So Lego website. It's still on here, I think it is. Yeah, it is. It's like, what is the price of this now? Because this is obviously their original play set, isn't it? It's not like this is like the Cantina scale. Which they could do this again rather than going for like a full ball UCS set. They could just do this again, and I think people would be happy with that. But that is my postman finally made up. Last time I see my friends was, I know, that's it. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You'll start running out of things that you can say like that, though, so you've got to get them out quickly. Right. One random piece added. And then we are tucking into whatever this is going to be. I think this is quite the... I don't actually know. We don't... Hang on. What bit are we building? So we're building the bit with the crane on top. So you can see my shoulder. We're building this bit with the crane. And then I still think the color scheme of this is what it is. It's the Air Jitsu set. That's the Easter egg to that. That's why, again, I'm looking at it like, oh, I really want that set now. But it's going to be quite tall. I reckon it's going to be about height of a modular, I think, when at the back anyway. I am Ultra Bricks. I will be on tomorrow, so you take care. I'm literally going to finish this bag and start to wrap things up. So yeah, I'll be on probably early afternoon, like maybe 4. I might do a double live tomorrow. Might do one at like 4 till 6, and then do another one 8 till 9, just as a catch up. So yeah, we'll probably do a double tomorrow, because when I build, it's really difficult to share the bits and pieces. So yeah, that'll probably be the case for tomorrow, rather than doing a double one today. So I think a lot of people will be busy getting ready for work. So we can recover together tomorrow and go over all of the different Lego sets and all the other little bits and pieces, where they are, and of course, if there's any new Lego news, which I would imagine there's going to be, we can do all of that kind of thing tomorrow. So enjoy your evening. Hopefully everything goes well and you stay warm and the weather's not too bad. And yeah, we can all or fight and plod on. But no, I'm just going to get this bag, just literally going to finish this bag off. And then I'm going to just jump down. There will be a video. I've got a video ready. I've got this video that is going to get uploaded later on. So if you're bored, there will be something to watch because it goes over all the BAM minifigures as well. So it's going to be, I'm apologizing, it's going to be very Ninjago heavy. All the content that I'm going to be releasing is going to be heavy Ninjago stuff. So if you start spending an absolute fortune, I do apologize. And if you never want to speak to me again, it's understandable, to be fair. That is understandable. But my days, this really is beautiful. Oh, very, 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 very nice. Take care, Ultra Bricks. Look after yourself. Stay warm. Enjoy your evening. And anything else that you're getting up to. Oh, I can now start. I'm literally starting to see my own breath on every breath now. If somebody wants to go outside with a thermometer and let me know how cold it is outside where you are, then obviously please feel free, because on a scale of 1 to fresh, it's starting to get down to the fresh side of things. That is for sure. Yeah, this shouldn't take too long to put together. So, because the pieces are a little bit bigger, but my fingers are really, literally, are so cold. But I'll be moaning up here in the summer, so don't worry. I'll make sure it pans out fully, because, like I said, it's either going to be too hot, too cold. You can't get the temperature right. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. So, is it really? -2 outside. Yeah, it feels like, well, in here now, I mean, I don't know how accurate this actually is, but yeah, it's hovering around the 9. Hovering around the 9 degrees at the moment, but because it got close to the 30s, didn't it, up here last year? If I remember when I was doing the videos, I don't think I'd started the live streams then, but no, it's about 30 odd up here, and that was just hot. So what I do actually need to think about, in all fairness, is how I can keep the laptop cool if we're going to have a hot summer. Because obviously, if I'm streaming for a long period of time, I don't want the laptop to overheat. So shouldn't do. But if it's getting up to over 20, which it will be easily over 20 degrees up here, no problem. He's having a hot chili. He's having a hot length here. So, so 0 here at the moment, -2 for Tim. Having a hot chili for tea. That'll warm me up. Well, you can't go wrong with that, Tim. Absolutely living the dream with that. That'll keep you nice and snug, and anything else that you need to be. But no, honestly, I am thoroughly enjoying putting this together. This is just lots and lots of detailed stuff. And nothing has been repetitive at all, which is an amazing thing. It's just me being an absolute muppet from time to time, and doing things wrong. Where is, oh, that's there. That bit. That's that bit. And then you've got this bit. That bit goes underneath. Oh, that is right. Yep, fine. Oh, to go down one bit. Now it's level. I was like, well, why is that not level? Because it wasn't supposed to be. Now it is. But again, the really bright colours that you use just randomly pop out at you. Look great. But the yellow and that red also really work very, very well together as well. So yeah, they do look really, really very good. And then you've got little builds like this. Nothing in Nottingham as well. 0. It's everything 0. Yeah, my laptop's saying it's got the little 0 thing around where I am. So it's definitely hit 0 earlier. I just don't know what temperature it's supposed to be dropping down to tonight. That's just going to be fresh. I think we just have to suck it up for a little bit. At least I got a bit of the heat coming off the fan, so I don't mind. I don't mind. The problem is I can't actually, if I say, for example, carry on doing like an evening build on a stream, for example, I can't carry on with this set because obviously it's so long. I can't take it up and down the loft ladders, and I don't know how the bits connect. So I'll end up doing a piece and I'm like, oh, hang on, I need the bit so I can't do that. So I'm going to leave the blacksmith and then use the blacksmith if required for in a different location. If we end up doing like an evening stream elsewhere, build or whatever. So yeah, thought I'd update you with my life history of how I'm building my Lego sets. I'm sure that information was thrilling for everybody. 133. -3 over the evening. No, that's going to be shrinkage. Absolute splendid. All right. Uh-oh, we got another cat coming up. Who's that? Not you, Smudge. You're causing problems. I think you're going to. Oh, that's interesting. What have I done with that? Oh. Hang on. Hello, Smudge. I see. Right. I am done because I know what I've made a mistake, so I've got to take some pieces apart. I'll carry on with that at a later date because it's just too cold. And now Smudge has come up here. He's an absolute swine when it comes to the loft ladders. So, no, you can go straight back down. Go. Go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Right, I'll let you guys say goodbye to each other. I am still here. I'm just on cat duty at the moment. Actually, it'll be easier if I just spin you around. There we go. I'm currently on cat duty on this side of the room because there's a loft hatch. Yeah. Right. There we go. You can finish with a different backdrop. So we'll carry on with this tomorrow. I've been stupid and put a 1x4 brown length in a black length, which isn't exactly ideal. So you guys take care, and I will see these two down here. Look, there's one. Where are you? There's one. See, wondering what's going on. All right, everybody. Take care. I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye, 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 bye.